make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong, and we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Clockers, PFR. Good show today. A lot going on. Special guest around 8, I believe. All's good in the neighborhood. Lots going on. Jags have one more practice, or do they? I think Liam Cohen said they'll get in some work today. Then it's some summertime for them. School's out for the summer. Talk a lot about that football team this morning. Lots to go over. Lots to do. Interesting comments by Cohen yesterday. Delve into that a little bit. NBA Finals. Stinking Pacers.
Man.
It just, maybe this is just the Magic Harper ride, dude. Totally biased here. Don't like the Pacers at all. Hate them. Hate them.
Why you hate the Pacers so much, man?
You know why. I hate them. And I'll tell you what else. Reggie Miller sitting there with his Pacer jersey on. Should have never done that Knicks series. Should have never been a part of that on television. No chance.
You still on that, bro?
Yeah. It's wrong. He shouldn't have done it. He's all about the Pacers, which is great. So go be a fan, man. Go be a fan. But anyway, they and they're good. They're really good, but they're on a roll. And somebody steps up every night. And last night it was the Mathurin guy who has been around for a while and has had moments. And, boy, he could not miss last night. It was like Neesmith in game 1 of our series all over again, except he did it like the whole game. And I think he had 25 points. And I just feel like the Pacers, go get it now, man. If you can knock off OKC, do it, because I just feel like they won't be back. You know what I mean? I feel like this is like just a magical ride. But maybe it's not. Maybe they're just really, really good. Halliburton's young. Siakam is a great player. He's already won one. TJ McConnell last night. What a pain in the rear end that guy is. Did something nobody's ever done in an NBA Finals game. Off the bench, 10 points, 5 assists, 5 steals. Nobody's ever done that. So they got a lot of moving parts, but the parts all seem to work well together, and they were able to knock off OKC. And yet we all still think OKC is going to win the series, just like I thought the Knicks were going to win the series. But when you steal a game in a 7-game series, man, it means so much. And they've done that in every one of them. So maybe it's just their time, man. Maybe it's just their time. But an impressive group, impressive win. And the Pacers are 2 wins away from a world championship. It's their first NBA Finals game in Indiana in 25 years. So, pretty good stuff. Pretty good. Who is this? If a coach says this, is it a good thing? And when blank, insert the name here, and when blank wants to go, he can go. Just consistently doing it on a day-to-day, day-in, day-out basis.
Oh, that's no bueno.
That's not good? And when blank wants to go, he can go. Just consistently doing it on a day-in, day-out basis. Anton Harrison.
Ooh.
Liam Cohen talking about him yesterday. Obviously, the footwork, the athleticism, the ability to pass pro on an edge. And when Anton wants to go, he can go. Just consistently doing it on a day-in, day-out basis. He's smart. He understands the why of what we're trying to get accomplished. But as much as he can continue to rise going into year 3 and as a first-round pick to take a huge step this year and be a lockdown tackle for us. They want more out of him.
Yes, they do.
And he hasn't given it. And I don't know that they, just in him saying that, I don't know that they totally believe in that. And there's a message there. That may not be a bad thing.
Even when we made that pick, like we were forced to make that pick.
Correct.
And I don't know if it was the right pick or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was the pick, and they're going to have to, it's just, again, it's just where they're at, sinking or swimming. But, I don't think we're totally set yet with what they're doing. Nolan Smith went after that. Brian Brise went to the Saints. Joey Porter Jr., Sam Laporta went 34th to the Lions. Just looking at some of the guys picked after him. Keon White to the Patriots at 46. It was the end of the first-round pick, so it's hard to, the Jags get blasted end of the first-round pick for one more than any other, and that is Taven Bryan. That's the one that they get blasted for. But Anton went 27th. But correct me if I'm wrong. No, that's where they fit in. That's where they slotted in. They were 27th.
How did we get 27th pick?
Well, that was coming off 2022.
Okay, right? After we beat the Chargers in the playoffs? Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, the bottom line is the bottom line, and that bottom line is they need Anton Harrison to be a lockdown tackle, lockdown right tackle, just like they need Walker Little to be a lockdown left tackle, but they've brought in competition for those guys with Fred Johnson and the kid from Dallas, so nothing is set in stone yet. Nothing is set in stone yet. I'm sure they would like those two guys to be the starters, but we don't know. I think they traded back just a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, in that trade. I think they were picking if I remember now thinking about it, because 27 is too low. But I think they were picking
unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, I think they were picking 24th. Remember when we were talking about maybe taking a corner, and the Giants, I think the Giants moved up. They took Deonte Banks. I'm looking at this. Yeah, it says from Jacksonville. And then Buffalo moved to 25, and the Jags went to 27. But the Jags knew they were taking Anton Harrison, but they could have taken a Dalton Kincaid as well. That's who Buffalo traded up to get. So anyway, just neither here nor there, but it is what it is at this point. Travis Hunter is wise beyond his years. He's been in the middle of it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so you can tell he knows what to say. But if you go to today's New York Post, there's an article in there about his wife.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not it's okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's fine. She went to a Jags Wives event, and she kind of posted about it on
Social media?
Social media.
Of course you did.
And it was hosted by Trevor's wife.
Marissa.
Yes. But it's but you can tell that, like, yesterday when Travis Hunter got interviewed, because he met with the media yesterday, you could tell he was a little bit miffed about the article on his house.
Oh yeah, that's a topic right now on social media.
Should you talk about it?
Like, well, what they're saying on social media is there's a group of people like, why would you post this man's house? You know, why is that? Like, and I kind of get that.
Yeah.
You know, for their security, like, it's a big deal. Oh, Travis Hunter purchased a house in Deerwood, and Travis Hunter purchased a house in Deerwood. But I mean, to be fair, like all high-profile athletes, at least, I won't say celebrities, but all high-profile athletes, that's happened to them. It's happened to Trevor. It's happened to Mark Brunell and Tim Tebow. It's happened. It's just, unfortunately, it just comes with the territory. Now, luckily, we know he lives in Deerwood, but you can't get in Deerwood, and you're not going to get to his house.
Yeah. And it's Jacksonville, pretty much left alone in Jacksonville. Hunter did not react to the report, did deny buying a house when asked about the situation. He appeared aggravated by the questions. I watched it. I thought he did appear aggravated. I didn't buy a house yet. Asked him about, he looked at 16 houses. He said, no, that's not true. Maybe it was 13. Maybe it was 12. I don't know.
I wouldn't want my house posted all over social media either, so I get it.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it is public record for people who really are really into that. You can go dig it up.
Yeah, if you want
that, or anybody's. You can go get my stuff. So
the headline on the Post article is, "Oh goody, Travis Hunter's wife dishes on nerves swag from her first NFL WAG event." So anyway, it was fine. She talked about being a shy person and coming off, she doesn't like. Anyway, you can go look at it if you want. But my point is, a lot of this stuff comes with the territory. Where do you draw the line? And that's for each to determine, But Travis Hunter is a big deal here in Jacksonville. Make no mistake.
Yes, he is.
A big deal. He'd be a big deal in New York.
Oh, man.
Okay, so he's a big deal wherever he goes. My point is how he's handled it. You can tell he's a seasoned pro at this stuff. He's got it. He doesn't offer up much because he's a sharp kid.
Yeah, you're not going to get any hot takes from him.
Yeah, he's not sitting there offering up a whole lot. Like AP Mark Long tried to get him going about the Madden rating.
Yeah, great response.
He wasn't biting, which, you kind of want him to play along. Man, I can't believe they did that. You know that. You know that's wrong.
Which is fine, too.
Yeah.
You can get that, too.
Whatever you want.
Like, he just handles it professionally.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just interesting. So, and definitely a seasoned pro at this stuff. So, for sure. Let's do our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day. Brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the PGA Tour, and the Florida Gators. Right now, you can get a locked-in fixed interest rate, 4.99%. Pretty good. At 15 different locations.
15 of them things.
Yeah, throughout Jacksonville.
All
over. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for your information. First-time homeowners, you can make it happen with Dream Finders. They'll help you navigate your first-time home purchase if you would like. What projected starter, if any, do you think won't be starting for the Jags week 1? What projected starter, if any, do you think won't be starting for the Jags week 1? 4 choices. Walker Little, Anton Harrison, Travis Etienne, Eric Armstead.
What projected starter
won't be starting
won't
week
be
1?
Starting.
Guy right now you think's a starter. But as the summer goes on, training camp they come back for training camp. Things change, depth charts come out, and you lose your post.
Okay, well, someone who will not be losing their post, in my opinion, I think will be in fourth place as far as this poll will be Eric Armstead. I think without a doubt he'll be starting inside.
Okay.
And then I want to say Walker Little. Like, he just got paid. He seems a little seasoned, a little more seasoned than Anton. I'm going to go with Anton in third. Second place, there was Etienne and Anton. I think the overwhelming favorite for this poll is going to be Travis Etienne, followed by Anton Harrison. Let me know what we got going on right now. Please, Dan Hickett.
Well, we have over 300 votes. It's well done on your part. Good feel for the question. Travis Etienne is the overwhelming favorite, who won't be starting for the Jags week 1, 45.6%. We'll see. Walker Little, though, is second at 26.6, ahead of Anton, who's 18.4. And, yes, Eric Armstead way back at 9.5. You can vote at Dan Hickett on social media if you would like. He'll post it as well. Again, brought to you by our friends at Dreamfinders Homes. One more note before we head off to break as we get rolling here on a 6 o'clock time Thursday.
Rolling.
Keep those ponies rolling. The U.S. Open starts today.
Ooh, man.
You'll enjoy that.
That's another big talk of the town when I'm talking to the boys.
When you're out golfing, that's talking.
They're talking about the rough.
Oh, yeah.
They're talking about the fairways.
Yeah.
They're talking.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
It is.
That's a big deal. I'm just reading right now. Which one is Lil Baby?
Lil Baby?
Is he the one at the arena that one time?
No, that's Blueface.
Blueface.
Yeah, Lil Baby, he's one of the big boys.
Lil Baby snatched Jack Doherty's $200,000 chain and dipped after Jack paid to be in his circle at the club.
Like,
what does that mean? Does that mean he stole his chain?
That's what I mean. I don't think he stole it. I don't know what's going on with that. I saw the video. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, baby, like, give him his chain, man. It's kind of like he punked her, like he little boyed him.
You little boyed him?
Yeah.
All right. What if I took your man purse?
I don't own one of those.
Oh.
You mean my crossbody sling?
Yeah, what if I took that?
I mean,
because I let you into my circle.
Did I pay to get in your circle?
That's your payment. Is that what he's saying?
No, like Doherty literally paid him to hang out with him.
He paid him, and then he stole his chain?
And then he got his chain
Well, that's
snatched.
not cool.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
It is.
Okay. All right.
Keeping him up with the culture.
Just asking. A lot going on today. Like I said, big day today, Thursday, hanging out here on The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Lap times, tire pressure, and track bar adjustments.
Oh, he's going to get loose.
Sunday in Mexico City.
Bubba Wallace slides up in the outside lane.
NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Zero Res. Oh, I love the cleaning freaks. Man, they can make your house look better, feel better, smell better. Oh, it's terrific stuff. I've had them come out numerous times to my place, and every single time they leave and I smile. Kind of work, and they'll take care of whatever that you need to take care of. Carpets, easy. Tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, no problem. Rugs, air ducts, they know what they're doing. You want to get Zero Resified this summer? Well, right now, 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129. Whew. Take 20% off the air duct cleaning as well. Here's what you do. Go to ZeroResJacksonville.com or call them 287-5727. Ask for the 1010XL special. It's Zero Res, man. You can spell it forwards. You can spell it backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
It's graduation season, a time to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a whole new story. At Diamonds Direct, we believe moments like these deserve to be remembered beautifully. Honor your graduate with a timeless gift, a birthstone ring, a classic pendant, diamond studs, or an heirloom piece they'll treasure forever. No pressure, all sparkle. And expert guidance every step of the way. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise and towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Like to learn how to fly an airplane? Well, you're not alone. High Flying Jacko here, inviting you to listen Sunday morning. We'll start your aviation career with a 60-minute ride on the airwaves of 1010XL. The High Flying Show, Sunday at 9 on 1010XL.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars? Arlington Toyota. Mia here, and why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus, right now, save big with zero down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2023 Toyota Corolla. Or how about no payments till January 2026 and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Good morning, Googans. It's your main man, E.T. here. And it's time to make those summer break plans. Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River, there's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventure starts here. Visit exploreclay.com for more info.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the drill. Little PFR on a Thursday. You know, Chris Sims always puts out a sort of a controversial ranking of the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, he does.
There's a release one year. What do you have, Blake? Like, I don't know, like 48 or something.
I remember one year he had Zach Wilson over Trevor.
Yeah, he's done it. He's always had, he's always been a little.
I like Chris Sims too, but yeah,
I'm fine with it. Looks like he did it differently this year. Looks like he ranked the top 10 and then gave everybody else like names.
Okay.
But anyway, just to go over his top 4, he calls the core 4, and we all agree with that now.
Yep, we do.
It's very interesting how we finally have lumped these 4 right now. Now, it'll change, right? I bet you next year it'll be different.
Yeah, for sure.
One of these guys
Somebody's going to drop off.
Yeah, get hurt or drop off or whatever.
Hey, I got a question about that.
Yes.
I'll let you do that, and then we'll talk about that core 4.
Okay. All right. But what's interesting in his core 4 is he had, and again, based on last year, he's got Lamar 1, Josh Allen 2, Joe Burrow 3, and Mahomes 4. And I can't, if you just base it on last year's numbers, I get it. Patrick had the worst numbers. Now, he got his team to the Super Bowl, but so did Jalen Hurts, who won it, and he ain't in the core 4. So anyway, that's what he does with the core 4. And I don't have I'm not, he's right about the top 4. I don't care what order you put it in. Some people will come back. How can you, and Patrick Mahomes may come back with a vengeance and go win his 4th Super Bowl. He's still the one that they're all chasing. Because guess what? The other 3 don't have that Patrick Mahomes does have.
Them Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. And Pat has how many?
Well, he has 2, right?
3, right?
Oh, my goodness.
He's got 3, and these other guys have combined for 0.
Yes, 3?
Yes. Now, number 5 and 6 are, I'm seeing them a lot. And I don't know. It's to me, it's awful high. Now, what we have talked about is like 5 through 10, you can kind of play around with. But he has Jaden Daniels at 5 and Matthew Stafford at 6. And even 7 is a little bit of a surprise because he didn't have a great year. C.J. Stroud. Then he's got Justin Herbert at 8, Baker Mayfield at 9, and Jalen Hurts at 10.
Wow.
I could make an argument for Jalen Hurts at 5 or 6.
Yeah, me too.
Right? But anyway, that's his top 10. So then, what does he call? So then he ranks in groups. Scheme Dream. This tier features 3 quarterbacks who aren't perfect, yet with the right head coach guiding them, they've had more than enough talent to lead their team to success. Scheme Dream. He's got Brock Purdy in the Scheme Dream. In other words, product of the system, game manager, whatever. He's got Jared Goff, arguably the toughest pocket passer in the NFL. Goff is a borderline top 10 quarterback. The 2016 number 1 overall pick is an aggressive, fearless decision maker. Doesn't throw interceptions. Pretty remarkable given Dan Campbell's his head coach. Even though Goff isn't always sexy, Sims can't deny the results. And he's got Aaron Rodgers. They're all in the Scheme Dream category. I guess Aaron's in it now more so because of his age, right?
Correct.
He's 41 years old. But he's got a heck of an arm. They're in the Scheme Dream. I don't know what this means, this category, but here's how he describes it. Inspired by Billy Madison, this tier has 2 quarterbacks who are so close to getting everything they want. However, they have a couple of flaws that must be fixed. That's Kyler Murray and Jordan Love. Okay. Some people think Love took a big step last season, step back. Sims doesn't argue that claim, but he feels the 26-year-old still has big-time game-changing talent. Kyler Murray. Highlight plays with his movement and running. Has become a better decision maker. Plays small. Needs to improve his play in the pocket. Ready to launch is the next category, and that's Bo Nix and Caleb Williams. Okay, right? 2 guys coming off rookie seasons. Bo Nix got the Broncos to the playoffs. He's got Sean Payton. He could be in Scheme Dream too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. And then there is this group. And here's Trevor, this 3. Is this it? This tier is a trio of quarterbacks who were once considered rising stars. Now they're fighting for their NFL futures. Dak Prescott. There are a few quarterbacks more divisive than Prescott. Sim says has a slow release and his anticipation is not great. Tua Tagovailoa, one postseason game in his career, that cold game in Kansas City in 24. Sims likes a lot about Tagovailoa's game, but is very concerned about the quarterback's ability to play big game football. Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence is one of the most difficult players to rank because there is, quote, unbelievable talent, but, quote, way too many missed throws. New head coach Liam Cohen has arrived in Jacksonville and will attempt to fix his franchise quarterback. However, at the end of the day, it's going to be on Lawrence. Is that fair?
Fair.
Sounds fair, right? Sounds fair when you break it down that way. So Lawrence, Tua, and Prescott, is this it? Need more info? Michael Penix, Drake May. 2 guys could be really good. Escape from New York, Sam Darnold and Geno Smith. Clock's ticking, Russell Wilson. Ready rookie, Cam Ward. Still on the pot, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields. Young mysteries, Bryce Young, J.J. McCarthy. Wow or whoa, Anthony Richardson. And then backup supremes. The best backups, Flacco, Malik Willis, Jameis, and Marcus Mariota. And then the caretakers, bottom of the barrel guys. The Chew, Aiden O'Connell, Andy Dalton, Mac Jones, Tyrod Taylor, Jared Stidham.
Tyrod Taylor still in the league?
Kenny Pickett, Cooper Rush, Mason Rudolph, Jimmy Garoppolo. Those are the guys that are just,
Uh-huh.
So what did you want to ask me about the core 4?
Oh, yes. Which of the core 4 would most likely be the one to fall out? If there's one, like next year, they all 4 of them may not be at the top. Which of them, which one of them would likely not be there next year?
That's a great question. Because we said one will, and yet for me to come up with one, why would I? Okay. I would never pick Mahomes.
Okay. Although it's fair to say of the core 4, he balled out the least individually. Although it's weird, he balled out the least.
Right.
However, he still got his team to the Super Bowl.
Correct.
So it's just
I ain't
weird.
picking him because
And to like Joe, I would say, I don't know who he balled out the most because Josh Allen won the MVP. Lamar Jackson definitely could have won the MVP.
Let me go back to Mahomes for a second.
All right.
I want you to listen closely. The last 7 years, okay? Working backwards. This is the last 7 years of Patrick Mahomes. 7 years is a long chunk, right?
It is. Good stretch.
Good stretch. Lost Super Bowl. Won Super Bowl. Won Super Bowl. Lost conference championship. Lost Super Bowl. Won Super Bowl. Lost conference championship. That's the last 7 years. The worst they've done is the AFC championship game in the last 7 years. And 6 of those, if I'm not mistaken, were in Kansas City. But think about that for a second. So there's no way I'm picking Mahomes. And that's 12-4, 12-4, 14-2, 12-5, 14-3, 11-6, and 15-2. There's no way, barring injury. So this is all barring injury.
Yeah. Most likely to fall out of that core 4. Because like I said, Josh Allen won the MVP.
I guess because of his franchise, I would take Joe Burrow. And it's a hard one to do. But whoever I pick, you're saying, Dan, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Joe Burrow.
He had an amazing season last year.
43-9, is that what we said? Yeah.
That's a tough question.
5,000 yards passing. He's tremendous. But I could see the Bengals being a lot of what they were again this year. I could see them being 8-9 with him piling up numbers. But he's never had a really great offensive line, and and his defense looks worse than it was last year. I don't know how they changed the defensive coordinator, but they don't have Trey Hendrickson. They don't even have their number one pick. I don't know. They just cut one of their linebackers.
Okay, if you say for that reason, Joe Burrow falls out of the core four, who then joins them?
Well, the obvious one would be Jaden Daniels to me.
Or not the Super Bowl champion, Jalen Hurts?
I would take Jaden Daniels first.
Okay.
But who knows? Jim Harbaugh's a nut. Is this real? Jim Harbaugh has implemented jersey patches to recognize players' accolades, all-pro selections, Pro Bowls, team records, and playoff appearances.
Oh, man, there's a lot of sad guys on that team.
I just like a resume. It kind of reminds me of a general who has different patches. Any playoff appearance, captain, it's on there. If they have any NFL record or Charger record or important records, man of the year, all-pro, block of granite. Someday they'll be able to put that jersey up in a frame, put it on a wall, say something really good about themselves and what they accomplished. I like that.
It's a practice jersey.
It's kind of like the is it a practice jersey or the game jersey?
I thought that was the practice jerseys.
Oh.
Can't wear those in a game?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, remember the like on college football?
The helmets.
Yeah, the Buckeye nuts on
or the tomahawks.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Oh, you think it's just the practice jersey? We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's the real jersey. We'll have to see. All right, we're just warming up here. We got a lot to do today. It's going to be a busy day here on The Drill. We're going to have our friend Justin Moore is going to stop by here in just a couple minutes. We got a special guest at 8 o'clock, I believe. And one you won't want to miss, so hang in there with us. And we'll be back with more right after this.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Atlanta Braves closed their series with a 6-2 win at Milwaukee yesterday. The Braves had the day off today. They open up a weekend series with the Rockies tomorrow at Truist Park, while the Rays dropped the 4-3 decision at Boston. Rays tomorrow at the New York Mets. 125th U.S. Open being played at the Oakmont Country Club. Scotty Scheffler, the plus 275 favorite. Rory McIlroy plus 850. Bryson DeChambeau 9-1. Jon Rahm 12-1. A live golfer to win the event. Yes, the underdog at 3-1. No, the favorite at minus 400. Game 4 Stanley Cup Final. Panthers laying $1.48 at home at Edmonton. $250 bonus and you open up a GBank Visa signature card. VSiN.com/GBank. For more sports betting news and information, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, Real Talk 93.3.
With the first pick in the 2025 draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Duck Duck Rooter, the #1 plumbing, septic, and air conditioning contractor in Florida.
Congratulations, Duck Duck Rooter. So tell us, how does it feel to be picked #1?
Duck Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When you need help with any plumbing, septic, or AC issue, just give us a call and relax. We'll send one of our first-round draft picks to tackle your problems today. DuckDuckRooter.com. That's DuckDuckRooter.com.
Watch the Stanley Cup Final at the brand new Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo. Specials include $1 wings and $3 drafts for the Stanley Cup Final at Front Runners Tap House.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Pickett here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks the vehicle's less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
To catch more fish, you've got to think like a fish. Captain Kevin and the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show, reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services, and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out The Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At The Y summer camps, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
The SEC and the ACC will face off in Jacksonville at the 81st Tax Slayer Gator Bowl game December 27th at 7:30 p.m. Join us for Saturday Night Football in prime time at the bank. Preferred locations and pricing available now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatcierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women.
With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Welcome back. Hanging out here on a Thursday. Asked my buddy Justin Moore to come by because it's hockey time. He's a nervous sort. It's a big game tonight for you, Justin. Justin Moore, by the way, George Moore Chevrolet, great friend of the program, and we appreciate having him. He's Quan. He's a great guy, cool Mac Daddy of Jacksonville. So what's going on, man? You all right?
Yeah, it's only down one game.
Yeah.
You can lose in double overtime by 1 goal.
Mm-hmm.
You can lose game 3 by 5 goals.
Yes.
They all count the same.
I want you to tell your story. Justin Moore went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, I went up to
Edmonton for the first time,
games
right?
3 and 4, yeah.
Yeah. And what was that like? Well, I guess we should do this because every time, tell folks how you became an Edmonton Oilers fan. Because Justin Moore is a Jacksonville guy, Jacksonville kid through and through, huge Jag fan.
Haven't missed a Jag home game since 2007.
Yeah, loves Jags. Loves them.
And in that time,
and also travels too and goes to Jags.
Yeah.
games.
In that time, I graduated college,
Right.
got married, had 2 kids, still haven't missed a game.
Impressive.
Shout out my wife.
Very good.
Daughter's born 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Can't raise her just a Jag and Gator fan at that time.
Okay.
Hockey's the only other sport I like.
Okay.
And the Oilers were the Jaguars.
Why did you like hockey?
Watch it.
Right. I get it, but you're in the South. I mean,
but go watch game 1 or game 2 of the Stanley Cup final this year.
What grabbed you about hockey as a kid then? Or when did you become a hockey fan?
Probably after college.
After college?
Yeah, I mean, you start watching Stanley Cup playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You see how hard these guys play.
Why did you pick on Edmonton? Why?
They were the Jaguars of the NHL at that time.
Okay.
1 playoff appearance in 10 years.
Okay.
Edmonton.
Although they do have some cups. They have a history.
Yeah, pre-Jaguars.
For sure.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Yes.
It's the same size market.
Yeah.
Only pro team in the market.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to be a Rangers fan and be associated with the Yankees.
Gotcha.
That might be sensitive for you, but
A little sensitive, but it's okay. I'll let it slide.
Yeah. So it was just a natural fit to be an Oiler fan.
Okay.
They were coming out of what they called the decade of darkness.
Okay.
I feel that.
Yes.
As a Jag fan, I know what a decade of darkness is.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, I jumped on, and really the Oilers have been on a heater ever since.
Yeah. You brought some good mojo to them. However, you've gone to now how many Stanley Cup Finals games in Miami? The fact that the Oilers are playing the Panthers is good news for you because that's an easy get.
Well, so I was
easier to get.
Last year, I was terrified the Rangers were going to win.
Right.
Like Rangers win. What is the ticket price in MSG or Rogers Place?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably looking at $2,000 just to get in the door.
Yeah,
maybe more.
That'd have been a tough one.
Plus flight,
Yeah.
hotel.
I was
a little
so
easier to go.
I was
down
so
to Fort
excited.
Lauderdale.
Yeah, yeah. And so you went down there, and I think you told me you're now 0-4 or 0-3.
I'm 0-4 at Amerit Bank Arena.
Son of a gun.
That is a tough drive home. The one thing the Panthers have going for them, stop by the elbow room, have a couple cold beers.
Okay.
Cash only.
Okay.
Be nice to the bartender.
All right. So, but let's go back to your Edmonton trip. So you're in the Western Conference Finals. The Oilers have had a couple good years back. They went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. They lost Game 7. Tremendous run. And so expectations going into this year, same thing or
cup or bust?
Cup or bust.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid.
Ooh, that assist he had the other night.
In game 2, yeah. Watch it.
Good Lord.
Arguably the second best player in the world in Leon Draisaitl.
Okay.
And you've got, like when Fred went to the Patriots, that's what the Oilers are becoming.
Okay.
You're a good player towards the end of your career. You want to win a championship. They're going to Edmonton.
Okay. So you got some of those guys.
Corey Perry. We got 3 Hart Trophy winners.
Yeah.
On one line.
My man knows his hockey. All right. So you went to Edmonton and basically ended up like hanging out there, going on some Oilers podcast show. You met some people and you were hanging out a little bit with the media types and things like that. What was that like? What was small town Edmonton like during playoff hockey? Western Conference Finals, you win. It had to be awesome. Had to be like Jacksonville with the Chargers playoff game.
Yes, but imagine Jacksonville if the Gators, the Seminoles, the Bulldogs, the Braves, none of that exists. So if Jacksonville only had the Jaguars,
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes was our quarterback.
Right.
And Justin
Oh.
Jefferson was our wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what Edmonton is like right now.
Okay, I like that. So, and you love the arena. You said it was awesome, the Rogers Center.
I mean, to me, growing
Yeah.
up down here, SEC football is the pinnacle of fan experience.
Okay.
It's that with a roof on top.
Okay.
So it's loud.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much people down here are going to want to hear this, but when that rink sings "Oh Canada," because they take over, it's pretty cool.
Okay. I don't know if they mind that, but anyway, all right. So you're there for those wins against the Stars,
Yeah,
right?
it was 6-1 and 4-1.
Those are good
and it was
times.
great.
Now you're happy.
Oh, the
you
city's electric.
And so you make the Stanley Cup Finals. Your Edmonton Oilers,
right?
And now you're thinking, okay, you got game 1 in Edmonton. You got home ice advantage, right?
They're different than last year. Last year,
First 2 games are classics, like instant classics, like epic games, like hard to watch. If you're a fan, and playoff hockey overtime is brutal for a fan, a hardcore fan.
Those were late nights.
Yeah, and at any second it can be. Oh, it's just so hard. It's so tough. But anyway, you win the first one, and I texted you. I brought my loser mentality, and I probably cost you the cup because I texted you going into overtime. I think of game 2.
Was that when you were in Denver?
I was up watching.
Yeah,
and I didn't text you afterwards because I didn't want. I felt bad for you.
It was tough.
Yeah, I knew. And you're like, just finish them. And you're looking at a 2-0 lead, winning both, and they score. And then game 3, what happened in game 3? This is the game that you went to.
Yeah.
So Justin goes down to Miami for game 3 of the Oilers and Panthers, and that one didn't go so well.
6-1 loss.
Yeah.
Oilers do nothing right.
All right.
They fall into the Panthers game.
Right.
Which if you don't know hockey and you're a football fan, go watch the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
They're a bunch of rats. They get you to play their games. Well,
I hate them.
The Oilers try and play their game, end up with 21 penalties. Now, what's great about hockey, you get a penalty, you lose a player.
Right.
So imagine football, you're playing 10 on 11. Good luck playing defense if you're down a man.
Okay, that's fair.
So the Oilers are essentially down at least one player the entire game. Tough to win.
That's tough.
Tough to get in a rhythm, especially the Oilers are a finesse team. You got high skill offensive guys. Tough to get in a rhythm when you're down a man.
Okay. So that's a long ride home again for you.
Yeah, it was.
Now, tonight is the big one.
Yeah.
What happens if you lose? Can you still win it?
Won 3 in a row last year.
Yeah.
Down 3.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to count this team out. You can never count out Connor McDavid.
Right.
Going to be a lot easier if you win.
Yeah.
The fourth game is always the swing game.
It is.
In every series because you're either ending it, you're going to be up 3-1, or you're going to tie it 2-2 and have a best of 3. I feel really good about the Oilers having a best of 3 series with 2 games at home.
Correct. The problem is if you lose this one, I don't think the Panthers are too good of a franchise to lose 3 straight when it matters.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think they do. I think you go back to Edmonton, you win. Then the big game would be the one in Florida, because if you can get it back to Edmonton, then you get your hopes up. But game 3 was a little deflating. Or no?
No.
Look at my man. No, he says.
4 of the last 8 Stanley Cup champions have been blown out. So last year, Florida won.
Okay.
Game 4, the Panthers lost to the Oilers 8-1.
Okay.
They came back and won. So
just one game.
I would rather the Oilers lose 6-1 than lose 4-3 overtime.
Okay.
Because that wakes the team up.
Okay.
They canceled practice one day. They went out and skated anyways.
Okay. What about the goalie? Does the goalie same goalie tonight or different?
Yeah, same goalie.
They won't change it?
Yeah, he got pulled in the first series. Then the backup went 6-0, got hurt. Starting goalie comes back in, has been on a heater since, 3 shutouts. That loss was not his fault.
Okay.
You have to limit shots in hockey. You can't let you, unless you've got Shesterkin.
Right.
You can't let people just rip shots on your guy.
Right. Well, Shesterkin won that good last year. It wasn't all his fault. All right. Well, good. So I like that. Let's turn our attention. We'll talk some Jags football when we come back. We got our friend Justin Moore in talking hockey. Yeah, you got some hockey talk here in the 6 o'clock hour. What's the key to victory tonight there, NHL analyst?
Fast start.
Fast start for your guys?
So all the games have had a goal in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Stay out of the penalty box. Shots on goal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be the first ones to score. First team to score has won every game.
Okay. There you go. There you have it. So we got more coming up right here. More coming up. You like that? On The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
I had a dream, and my mother spoke to me. She was wearing this flowing white gown, and she said,
This is 1010XL.
Firehouse Subs has fries. Their hometown hero since 94 just cranked up the heat. Hot subs, crispy fries, golden, pillowy on the inside, and perfectly seasoned. Over 30 Jacksonville locations. Firehouse Subs, homegrown and now with fries.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, love is in the air at Beards Diamonds. Listen up, gang. This is a great offer hitting here from our friends at Beards Diamond. Shop local, shop Beards. Go visit the Lupos when you're down there. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. You buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Gang, you about to get married? You've been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? Can't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beards has hundreds and hundreds of bands. Top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, shell set bands. With or without diamonds, hammered, brushed, engraved. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards now and find the wedding band that reflects your style, your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. Big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beards can. And it's happening now through June 23rd. Buy a wedding band, get the second one free at Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beards.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW in the 904.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a godly example. Every day, we're setting an example in our words and actions. And many times, we can act one way in one setting and then totally different in another setting. My encouragement for you is to not send out mixed messages. God is depending on you to set the example in people's lives. You don't know, but you may be the only Bible that someone ever sees today.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384. Need cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash, and they're ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. And gold market prices are at a record high. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times, right? The Dow goes up, the Dow goes down. There's these tariffs, all kinds of questions. I know who has the answers. ITP Partners. They have the answers, and they're there for me whenever I need them. They're Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money. Listen, I appreciate so much Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman. I appreciate Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate for what they do for me, my family, and my friends. I send everybody I know to ITP because they'll sit down, they'll listen to you, they'll strategize with you. Your goals become their priority. They have experience, they have expertise, they have knowledge, and they should when it comes to your money. And it's important, and they know that. And it's a great time to get started right now. It's easy to get in the game. All you have to do, go to chris@itbpartners.com, chris@itbpartners.com, or you can call 312-9751, 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
You got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by First Coast YMCA. Jaguar head coach Liam Cohen broke down key takeaways from day one of minicamp, sharing insight on the team's progress and areas of focus.
I think the defense pass rush you felt a little bit more today, as well as yesterday, but I think it elevated a little bit more today.
Meanwhile, first-round pick Travis Hunter reflected on his minicamp experience, emphasizing how his teammates are helping him adjust to the NFL level.
Just being able to take things from him and the money game and Parker game is just something that I can apply to my game and make me better.
Across Florida pro sports scene, the Tampa Bay Rays dropped another game to the Boston Red Sox, while the Miami Marlins fell to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Over in the NHL, Florida Panthers, already up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup Finals, look to extend their lead tonight against the Edmonton Oilers. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently it's 7:05 and it's 76 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. Got a long day today, then. You're going to have to be grinding tonight late.
Oh, yeah. Woke up early, wanted to be here on time.
Yeah, appreciate it. You made it.
And, I mean, if we got another overtime,
yeah,
bet it too.
Yeah. That was the second game went to the second overtime, right?
Oh, deep into the second overtime.
Deep into the second overtime. What were all those fights at the end? Was that just frustration?
Oh, game 3?
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the listeners messaged in. We got beat on the ice. They're right. Darnell Nurse, one of our toughest guys, just got repeatedly punched in the face.
That's not good.
No.
We got to send a message tonight.
Yeah, hopefully it woke him up.
Yeah. Stanley Cup Game 4. You don't seem nervous. I think you're confident.
Yeah.
You believe in this team.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't looking good last year. Like, Panthers are real close to being like dynasty type team.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Refs go back and watch the game. One thing very smart about the Panthers, they'll get you to penalize, and then they know at a rate of 9 penalties a period, refs aren't going to keep calling at that rate in the second.
Right.
So they're going to get away with a lot of stuff.
All right, Mr. Hardcore Jaguar fan, give me your temperature fan base wise. Justin Moore is our guest, by the way. We're hanging out with him today for a little bit. Local guy, just great dude. huge hockey fan, Edmonton Oilers. We just chronicled his love for the Oilers, but he's Jacksonville Jaguar through and through. So give me your temperature on everything that's happened with the Jags as you head into this little 6 week before training camp starts. Where's your optimism level?
Yeah, you are what you are until you prove you're not.
Yeah, so you'll believe it when you see it. That's
I'll
your
believe
attitude.
it when I see it.
We've had these poll questions and we've done some stuff with that. Yeah,
very interesting because we were at lunch one time.
Yeah,
and Trevor came on the TV, and we're both kind of didn't move the needle for us.
Right.
This is pre-draft.
Right.
And you go, man, Liam Cohen with his goofy Duval, it was the face of the franchise briefly.
Yeah.
And then we draft Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Which, with our history of first-round picks, what do I care giving up to?
Right.
We don't have to worry about messing up next year's first-round pick.
There you go.
And what I really liked, I think it was Baselli that said it. It was the only guy they all agreed on.
Right.
You know what? If that's the only guy that all three decision makers agree on, then go get him. Because
they did.
At least they made a decision as a team, which we haven't seen leadership in Jacksonville cohesive.
Okay.
Probably since Coughlin was in the front office.
Okay. So, well, that's because Coughlin was the decision maker. This is not open for discussion. This is what we're doing.
A good person.
DC.
Yeah, a good person to have making decisions, by the way.
Yeah. All right. So you'll believe it when you see it. Are you excitement level?
Ask me after hockey season.
Okay. So you're riding out the rest of the hockey.
Yeah.
And then you'll turn to football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that they didn't go waste money in free agency. I really like the depth in the running back room.
Okay.
You once again have surrounded the quarterback with more talent to eliminate excuses. You got a former quarterback as the head coach. You know, now they got to go play.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good time to be optimistic, but, and Tony has said this, and I would agree with him. It's a dadgum AFC South. At worst, we best be playing meaningful football games in December. At worst.
The most winnable division in the league.
Division is terrible. It's wide open.
And arguably the best quarterback. I mean, tough to argue against C.J. Stroud.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little home cooking, but hopefully he could be the best quarterback in the division.
So
he needs to be the best quarterback in the division.
When you go back to 21 and Denny was coming by the store weekly at that time, and he's like, this might be the second best quarterback in the league.
Right.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, we got to find him. We need that guy back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at times he does, but he hasn't been consistent. And, you know, the big debate with Trevor is always everybody agrees he needs to be better. Why isn't he better? That's where the debate begins. It's the coaching, it's the offense, it's Trevor, it's the drops, it's the offensive line. So everybody has an opinion. It's the franchise. So everybody has an opinion, which is fine. But ultimately, all that aside, and it's a lot of it, but ultimately, the quarterback's job is to make everybody else better around you and to get on my back, boys. I'm going to take you. Now, the Jags have finally, to their credit, said, okay, well, listen, let's surround this kid with some people who can help us. And it should be much improved this year. So we shall see.
And the guy's proven through his time at Clemson and his time here, he can make every throw.
No doubt.
How many quarterbacks in the league can make every throw?
He's, in terms of that category, I would say he's top 10 in the league. Definitely top 10 in the league.
I think his arm's better than Jalen Hurts.
It might be. It's always hard to tell arm, like even when they lost me when they told me Dylan Gabriel throws it 70-some miles an hour and it was a record thing.
Yeah, but
blah,
I thought
blah,
that
blah.
was fake. Like measured in a different way than everyone else was.
Yeah, is what they came up with. But So I
let the Browns roll out Dylan Gabriel week one.
Like I know this. I can watch Patrick Mahomes take a football and throw it into the upper deck in Kansas City. That's pretty good. So I know he's got a big arm. But as we also know, Anthony Richardson has a huge arm.
Maybe the best athlete at quarterback in the league.
Yeah. So it's more than that, obviously. But if you just go back to he can make every throw, there's no doubt about that. And we've seen him do it, and we've seen him do it in the clutch. And we've seen him do it. I go back to, and again, last year, injury plagued, first 4 games, not good, well chronicled. I can go back to before that, if I go to 22 even, and the comebacks in the Ravens game and the we got to score and we're going to go for 2 and taking them down the field and hitting 4th down passes, clutch stuff. He can do it. It's all there. He's just got to get the consistency.
Yeah, I question the want.
Okay. That's fair. You can question a lot. There's a lot to question. We'll see. He's got to go out and become the guy.
Yeah, I mean, since I brought up Jalen, that guy just wants to win. And you can go back to college when he got benched and supports Tua and is.
What do we say? What do we say?
What's that?
About quarterbacks who want to win. What are they?
Dogs.
Or dogs.
Oh, absolutely.
Dogs.
With that little thing hanging out with the slob coming out the side of their mouth.
Jaden Daniels.
Dog. And we learned the dogdom of Patrick Mahomes in the playoff game against the Jags. Which, if you're around Patrick Mahomes,
you're not taking me out.
Yeah.
No,
Andy. No.
Andy,
bleep no. I'm not coming out. No.
Chad Henne did just fine.
He did. 99-yard drive. Ouch. But it was, tape it up and go.
Yeah.
And then a week later, he's running and making plays. And he's a guy, and again, he's the best, but he's a guy who is obsessed with winning.
Yeah,
obsessed. Tom Brady.
Patrick Mahomes.
Aaron,
Aaron Rodgers was at one time.
No,
not sure
he
what
wasn't one time. I'm sure
he's obsessed with anymore.
No, I don't know what he's obsessed with. He's strange. But there are others who and that's so and listen, we'll see. We'll see. That's another part of the puzzle. I'll trust Baselli, who said we think we can win a Lombardi, or we know we can win a Lombardi trophy with Trevor Lawrence. That's the goal.
So I was very excited when Baselli got hired because to me it's like Tom's retired. Tom ain't coming back.
Right.
I think Tony is as close as we're going to get.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm very happy to have that stability in the front office.
All right, let's do this. Hang out with us for a little while longer. Justin Moore's here. We're talking some Jags. Jags on the field today. I think they're going to go for about an hour or so. I don't know how long it's their last practice of the summer. So
it was a packed house yesterday.
It was a packed house.
Yeah, Well, obviously we weren't in attendance.
Yeah.
But I said people were standing up in the overflow.
I was visiting I was doing TV yesterday, and Marcel was there, so I was talking to Marcel about it, and he was telling me it was good crowd. He also told me that Jacob wants to race him again.
Oh, man. I don't know, man.
He says he wants it to be 40, not 60.
Yeah. I told Marcel, hey, you got to let the young whippersnappers have it, man.
Yeah.
But he don't want to listen.
He won't let go.
No.
But you know what's going to... Ooh.
No, don't put that out there in the atmosphere. No.
He's since retired. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
He's retired.
I'm done.
He's done. He can't run.
Career-ending injury.
Career ender. It was a career ender. It was over.
It was.
There he was, just enjoying himself. Is that about a year ago now?
Was it May? June 12th?
Was in June.
It happened June 14th.
It did?
Yeah.
1 year anniversary.
It's coming up.
You were gone for what, 6 months?
Man, ease up, bro. Come on, man. Matter of fact, hold on, man.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Yeah, school's out for the summer for the Jacksonville Jaguars after today, and then It's always weird how the NFL works, man. You get 6 weeks. I mean, you do all this training, get in all this great shape. You're lifting, you're working out, you're on the field. Then all of a sudden you disappear for 6 weeks. And the coach has to tell you, the young fellas, hey, guys, stay in shape. Don't come back to camp in 6 weeks without having worked out. You can't. Not in this day and age, man. Too competitive. And I know one thing about Liam Cohen, and I know with Tony there as well, and I know with James Gladstone, I know they're going to run a very, I don't want to say difficult camp, but I'll say competitive camp. That's what I'll say. I'll guarantee it'll be a competitive camp. I guarantee a lot of these guys are going to get a little bit of an eye-opener in terms of having to earn their job. So pay attention, enjoy your 6 weeks, but stay ready.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Summer's a great time for 1010XL, so turn up the heat and stay cool with 1010XL 92.5 FM.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Chicken Salad Chick is now open in Ortega Park on Roosevelt Boulevard. Fresh, scratch-made chicken salad in 12 mouth-watering flavors. Get to Ortega Park and enjoy Chicken Salad Chick, the best chicken salad in Jacksonville.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
Jacksonville, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care? At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
If you miss an interview, it'll be waiting for you on demand.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Search where you find podcasts. And at 1010XL.com. Trained by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. I also go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save 15% on roof replacements and repairs now through June 30th. And financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about the importance of cutting a diamond properly and how it relates back to beauty and value. But how do you judge the color of a diamond?
Frank, that's an important question when it comes to diamonds. You see, a man or a woman really have no color memory. Now, you can remember basic colors like blue or red, but considering we can see thousands of slight variations of the same color, you have to have a master color to relate these two. Anybody that's ever tried to match a paint color on a wall knows exactly what I'm talking about. So we judge the color of diamonds using a set of certified master diamonds from the American Gem Society. This is the only way you can really make an accurate call on the grade because these slight variations in color from colorless to very slight yellow have huge price differences.
That's at Underwoods, where diamonds are graded accurately in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Man, don't let your yard be torn up by that heavy aeration machine this spring. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to learn more about our granular aeration. Broadcast throughout the tree and shrubs to break up that compacted soil. Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
Hit it! All right, we got sports concepts. We got sports rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, I like to hand out a prize pack. He says, no, Dan, it's a razzle dazzle. I said, okay, E, what are you dazzling them with today? Because I know this week we've been dazzling them all week long.
And we're going to keep up that dazzling. I got a $100 gift certificate to Beaches Dermatology. I got a certificate for free floral arrangement to Kuhn Flowers. Mm-hmm. And I got a pair of tickets to see the Jumbo Shrimp that can be used at any game this summer. Mm-hmm. This is all part of the 1010XL Father's Day gift guide. Head over to 1010XL.com for more gift ideas. But Dan.
Yes, sir.
All this is being given away when?
At the end.
At the end of the 10-minute drill. I'll let your boy.
We're hanging out with Justin Moore, our buddy from George Moore Chevrolet, and just kicking it around with him. Love my blue Silverado, by the way. Love
Great
my
looking
boy
truck.
blue. Great looking truck. We lost a legend yesterday, man. I mean, a musical legend. I mean,
Mr. Pet Sounds?
Yes. Brian Wilson. And I didn't realize this, but some people think that song, God Only Knows, is like one of the greatest songs ever written, produced in the history of songdom.
That album shows up on top 5 lists everywhere.
Yeah, the Beach Boys. So little Danny Hicken, when he was, I don't know, probably 11 or 12, got a Beach Boys album and listened, and this would have been I mean, they were big in the 60s, and man, hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, like you said, and just Mike Love and his brothers. Brian lived to 82, had what a run he had, but yeah, he was a lot. He was a different dude. Had some mental health issues, but they've done movies on the guy. But yeah, just the Beach Boys are really, in a lot of ways, were America's version of the Beatles.
Yeah, and similar in the sense that they got popular with the pop songs, and then the music really evolved.
Yes.
Did you ever go see him at St. Augustine Amphitheater when they were here?
I've seen Mike Love, and like it wasn't the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
So no is the answer. But yeah, and then I was reading, obviously reading some stuff, and I'm telling you, man, like Surfing USA, I wish they could all be. E, do you know these songs?
I know Surfing USA.
Yeah.
God Only
East
Knows.
Coast girls are hip. I really dig those styles they wear. You know that one?
Negative.
I wish they all could be California girls.
Nah.
No? All right. Don't worry, baby. California dreaming. Little Deuce Coupe, and she's mine. Good vibrations. Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, these are songs that are interwoven in movies. I mean, just hits, man. Hits.
The original Good Vibrations, not the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah. This is God Only Knows. They say this is from your Pet Sounds. This is They say this is one of the greatest songs ever written.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, and it's I've always liked it.
It shows up on like Greatest American Songwriters list.
Yeah. But this guy, this is like you said. This they were our Beatles basically in the 60s, and I saw him talking about it, and he said, "Yeah, we were kind of jealous of the Beatles and all that they got." And I mean, the Beatles are a big boy.
Beatles are a big boy.
Yeah. So, but these guys,
they did all right.
They did all right.
They did all right.
Yeah. So when you start to when you have to debate the 20 best songs by a group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's And then I was reading something else. He had a unfinished album, I think, or something like that. That there was, and that they obviously started having some issues and broke up. But anyway, just wanted to mention that Brian Wilson.
Well, I'm sure that'll be coming out soon.
Yeah. Gone at the age of 82. So I was looking we were talking in the break about the Gators, and I was looking yesterday. The scheduled times were sort of released.
Oh yeah, I saw that last night.
But there's a bit of good news for Florida, and that is there are no noon games in the Swamp.
Those were always warm ones in college.
Now listen, 3:30 is warm. Okay, 3:30 is hot. But I did see this, and I wanted to pass this on to Charlton, my friend Charlton K. Gainey, who is a Gator season ticket holder now, so he can go to the Tennessee and Texas games. The last time Tennessee won in the Swamp was 2003. Florida's won 10 straight games. Now, this is Florida, who's not been the greatest team in the world here, right? Florida's won 10 straight games versus Tennessee at home, 17 out of the last 20 overall. Pretty good.
Well, considering my sister graduated there in 2002, and that was one of the most expensive tickets she could sell back then.
Yeah. The Gators have all 6 of their home games and 11 of their 12 games scheduled for 3:30 or later. Trip to Miami yet to be determined, likely 3:30 or 7:30 on ABC.
That 7 p.m. Long Island University game might be a good one for the kids to go to.
That'd be a very good one. That'd be a very good one.
Lots of cheering that day.
For the kids to go to. You get your highlights, and you can probably leave at halftime, quite honestly.
They won't want to.
They won't.
My kids love the Swamp.
They'll stay.
Oh, they love the Swamp.
Wow. That's impressive. Because you go early.
Yeah, got to hit up Ball's bookstore.
Yeah.
Got a couple cold ones.
You're not going to get there like... Here's an interesting note, one interesting college note for you guys. Texas Tech softball, who they bought, remember they bought the pitcher?
From Stanford.
Yeah. Gave her, and then they re-signed her for next year already.
Because you have to re-sign college kids now.
Every year. We had Aaron Watson in here yesterday, and we were talking about he's a Florida commit. He'll never make it to Gainesville. He's going to get drafted in end of the first round, early second round, top 50, say. And the money's in baseball, it's non-comparable. But this girl, it worked for Texas Tech. They got to the finals of the College World Series, and they're cashing in. They have signed or landed the numbers 3, 5, 6, and 28 players in the transfer portal. And one of them is a Gator, Mia Williams, who's it's a very interesting leave for her. Mia Williams is the daughter of White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Uh-huh.
You remember him?
Yeah.
Your legacy.
Yeah. And he was at Florida, and she was the number one recruit in high school softball a couple years ago. She decides to go to Florida. Played her whole first year. First year transition wasn't great. Had a very good sophomore year. Hit a bunch of home runs, etc. And her mom posted something negative about Florida softball and the coach, which was interesting. Took it down pretty quick, but once you post it, it's there.
Internet never forgets.
Don't I know? And it stayed there. And so a lot of people got to read it, and it was negative towards Walton and the Gator coaching staff, and why they worried about he's working on next year's team when he should be working on. Look, they made the College World Series, which is a great year, but they went out in 2, which was disappointing. But I felt like they never. You got to have a pitcher, man. You got to have at least one pitcher who can, in softball. You got to.
Well, can't one pitcher play every game?
Yes. And so if you go look, the ones who always win the Natty have an ace. And Florida's pitching was not good this year. And so she was complaining about that. She was complaining about him being in the portal already, trying to replace people, blah, blah, blah. That's the business you all signed up for now. That's the business. So I thought she was a little bit off base. But anyway, it was interesting. So we'll see the direction it goes. All right, 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Tell them what they're going to win.
Oh, I got a $100 gift certificate to Beaches Dermatology, a certificate for free floral arrangement from Coughlin Flowers, plus a pair of tickets to see the Jumbo Shrimp to be used at any game this summer. This is all part of the 1010XL Father's Day gift guide. Head over to 1010XL.com for more gift ideas. But one lucky person hit me up right now to win that gift package. 904-641-1010.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, Dan Hicken.
It's all mine. It's all me.
Jeff Prosser.
You can't keep me cooped up in here, okay?
Together they are The Drill.
This is the stuff that legends are made of.
Weekday mornings on 1010XL.
This is for close friends only. Hey, I'm a friend.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hey, Hicken here. You tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture-perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. They're Bowden Associates, and they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
DUI, BUI, don't stress. Call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
Hey, Jacksonville, Hicken here. I've been around the block or two, and Checkmate Coatings is who I'd call for my own place. They're my new MVP for stunning, long-lasting floors.
Brendan here with Checkmate Coatings. No massive overhead means top prices on top-quality pool decks, driveways, garages, and patios, too.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com today. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
You tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. Don't miss Renewal by Anderson's 30th anniversary sale. Buy one window or patio door and get one 30% off. Financing options are available and this offer expires June 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Let's go ahead and dial it. Dial what? When you call in your opinion or hear an interesting interview from a sports insider on Jaguars Today or XL Primetime, you're getting it straight from the Checkmate Coatings phone line all day, every day on 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jax Beach.
Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
Watch the Stanley Cup Final at the brand new Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo. Specials include $1 wings and $3 drafts for the Stanley Cup Final at Front Runners Tap House.
Your home is more than walls and a roof. It's where you breathe, drink, and power through life. At Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to keep it all running smoothly. From clean, cool air to clean water, reliable power to expert plumbing, we do it all. For over 35 years, families have trusted Donovan to make their homes healthier, safer, and more comfortable. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing today. 904-270-COOL, where health meets home.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, sc-ortho.com. For all your orthopedic needs, you know him, you love him. Dr. Kevin Murphy's in the house. Doctor! Good morning. What do we got today? We scrubbing?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Getting after it. Getting after lots of injuries in the world of baseball for me to ask you about. I know Bryce Harper went on the 10-day IL with right wrist inflammation. I don't think he got hit. I don't know what that is. That swinging a bat, maybe something of that nature. And is 10 days sound right, or is it a little bit longer? And we'll just start with 10 and see what happens.
Well, it's usually the lead hand on the bat, so left hand and a right hand batter. Because when they swing, much like a golf swing, you get that ulnar deviation, or you turn your wrist to the outside, and you pinch this little structure on the corner. And it's very common, called the triangular fibrocartilage complex, the TFCC. So that's commonly injured. Sometimes you'll rip it. It's real hard to get it to go away. So if it's that, it's going to be something that's going to keep bugging them. You can inject it. Sometimes you have to operate on it and repair it.
Phillies have another guy, Aaron Nola, their pitcher. He underwent an MRI on June 9th, a couple days ago. A stress reaction in his right rib cage. Now, he was originally sidelined with a sprained right ankle, but then reported some stiffness on June 4th. So he had the MRI, stress reaction in his right rib cage. Doc, could that be thoracic outlet syndrome?
No.
Oh, damn.
Close.
I thought I had one, Doc. I thought I had one.
So close.
Dang.
You wanted that one.
Thoracic outlet.
I wanted it, G.
Is a compression on the vascular structures.
Oh, yeah.
More so
That's
than a
right.
stress problem.
Silly me.
This is more going to be at where the rib attaches to the sternum.
Okay.
And it's an inflammatory thing typically. A stress reaction, probably not right, but it's probably more of an inflammation there.
There was a moment yesterday at Jags practice where everybody went, a moment. And it turned out to
internet.
be. Yeah. We exploded with fear. And Brian Thomas Jr. went down hard and banged up his shoulder. Got up. From what I heard, I wasn't there, walked into the facility with the trainers, walked right back out, not seen with ice or anything, didn't go back in, but watched practice, so I'm assuming it was no big deal. But when that happens, pain, what happens, what is he feeling, and then what are you looking for? Is it a broken collarbone maybe at first, or what?
Well, if it were that,
Yeah.
you'd have known that right away. But
Right.
those are the concerns.
Okay.
So the first concern would be a fracture. Obviously, I don't know if they got an X-ray or they didn't get an X-ray. Likely did. But you'd know that.
They
with,
do
with the pain.
Is this any kind of test for a collarbone or no? What do they do when they're? Or
Well, you're checking the motion and so forth. But AC joint problems, that's, when you land on the ball of your shoulder, the AC joint can be injured or you get a fracture. But AC joints, grade 1, 2, 3, there's many of them actually. But a sprain is fine if that's what he had. It's a sit him down for a bit and don't let him get hit again. Or you get a dislocation. Now, again, you'd know that for sure. So hopefully it's just a bruise.
Yeah.
Could be an AC joint problem.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't sound like it's anything too serious.
But
that remains to be seen until you see him out there playing again.
Right. But it wouldn't he have had at least have ice on it or something if it was
One would
something
think.
more? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just standing there on the sideline, I would think. Okay.
Yeah.
Epicondylitis. We've talked about. Remember, Giancarlo Stanton had the elbows, and it's am I saying that right?
Epicondylitis.
Yeah. Okay. He's working his way back. He's in Double-A. So we'll see what happens. But he's obviously, and he's 3 for 7 with 4 RBI in his first 2 games. So he'll be back here fairly soon. Is that gone now, or is it something that he's going to have to deal with and ultimately get fixed surgically?
Yeah, it's typically not a surgical thing.
Okay.
So it's an inflammatory problem. So the fact that it's gone on this long makes me worry that that's not actually what it is. But if that's what it is, it should go away. If he's swinging a bat now, even at Double-A, it's probably gone.
I was in Los Angeles watching the Mets and the Dodgers, and I watched this kid, Tony Gonsolin, who once was an all-star for the Dodgers. He's a pitcher, and after he pitched in that particular game, went on the IL with some elbow tenderness or whatever it may be. And it's another pitcher the Dodgers have killed. They kill them regularly. They kill them like a hunter kills deer, I don't know, or quail or whatever. I mean, they just keep blowing them out. So Ohtani is working his way back. They got the Japanese pitcher Sasaki, who has right shoulder impingement. He's been out for a while and still hasn't progressed beyond playing light catch as of June 10th. So sounds like more than right shoulder impingement. Impingement to me doesn't sound like it's a big deal. I think there's something more there. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Impingement is a phenomenon where bone spurs tend to dig into your rotator cuff and the bursa above it. That's kind of an older person thing. Young athletes don't get impingement. They get rotator cuff problems. They get labral problems. So he's probably got a partial rotator cuff tear or a labral tear more than impingement.
While I was out there as well in the first at bat, my guy Francisco Lindor got hit in the front foot, right? And I could tell it bothered him the whole game. He wasn't moving as well. He was, you could tell. You could tell he was limping. He's something wrong with his, and I'm like, uh-oh. Well, they diagnosed it as a broken pinky toe, which I don't think there's anything you can do for a broken pinky toe. So that was on a Wednesday. He didn't play Thursday. Friday in Colorado, he comes in, pinch hits in the 9th. By Saturday, he's back playing. So it's just a pain thing, though, isn't it? Is there anything you can do for a broken pinky toe?
Well, if it's
fractured
broken,
or whatever,
if it's fractured into the joint and displaced, sometimes you'll pin it or reduce that and line it up properly.
Okay. Is that's surgically, though?
Sure.
Well, I don't think obviously they haven't done that.
Yeah, so a non-displaced fracture, a little crack in the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain thing.
Yeah.
And, he's not going to be in a boot. You're going to tape it up. And
tape it up.
Not a whole lot you're going to do with it.
Yeah, there's nothing. You're not taking a shot or anything. It just hurts. And
correct.
Actually played Saturday, 2 days after breaking it, and stole 2 bases. They asked him, "Why are you stealing bases?" And he goes, "I didn't think they probably thought I wasn't going to run." So I got a good jump.
At that paycheck, you're playing.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so he's a great leader. But anyway,
and it'd probably actually feel better in a shoe with a little compression there, holding it in place.
Okay,
than it would be otherwise.
One more, I'll ask you about, Doc, and we're visiting with our friend Dr. Kevin Murphy. And I was in Colorado, and so there's no Chris Bryant. They paid him a ton of money, and he's got back issues. And He's hardly played this year, and they say it's lumbar degenerative disc disease. That's not a good thing for a baseball player.
Well, it's not going to go away if it's degenerative disc disease.
Okay, you can't fix
chronic.
it. Can't fix it.
Well, you can fuse it. You can inject it. Temporary pain relief with those. Fusion would be if it's to the point that he can't function well, but it's a hard thing to get rid of.
Well, they said this. Played catch for 2 days, took dry swings, and did light running on June 11th. The latter activity has created immense soreness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it gives you back pain.
Yeah.
If it starts to collapse or pinch on the nerves, you get leg pain. That part you usually get into with injections or decompressions where you open that space up off the nerve.
Right.
But once it becomes degenerative, it's going to be there really forever.
Oh, man. And so his best bet if he wants to I'm not reading that. I don't believe it. Sorry, I was looking at the text line. It seems to me like if he wants to have any opportunity of resuming his major league career, he would probably have to go the surgical route.
If it's inhibiting his ability to turn and throw,
yes,
that's going to be the ultimate solution.
Yeah. All right. Again, I always like to remind guys, especially now, and I know you're doing some high school physicals and stuff like that, and that high school football is just around the corner, so good time to start hydrating and getting ready to get used to the Florida sunshine.
Yeah, and you heard comments from guys coming in here, some of the Jags coming in that they're not used to this heat. And
yes,
it's a real thing.
It is.
Hydrate ahead of time. It's hard to catch up.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think you did it.
All right, you the man. It's always good to see you, Doc.
Thanks, brother.
That's Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Nobody better. se-ortho.com for all your orthopedic needs. We're back with more next right here on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Joe Cowart.
That's the quiet cool.
Matt Hayes.
Come on, help us win.
And Leon Searcy.
All right, let's break someone's clavicle on 3.
XL Prime Time.
1, 2, 3.
2 to 4 weekdays on 1010 XL.
It's graduation season, a time to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a whole new story. At Diamonds Direct, we believe moments like these deserve to be remembered beautifully. Honor your graduate with a timeless gift, a birthstone ring, a classic pendant, diamond studs, or an heirloom piece they'll treasure forever. No pressure, all sparkle, and expert guidance every step of the way. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. We live in Florida. Seasons change between noon and midnight. Gotta make sure you're comfy, and you can do it with the leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects. That's Lloyd's Heating and Air. Top-tier residential service, you bet. No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's, the only name Northeast Florida needs. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Prosser here. It's a great time to sell your home, and I got just the people to sell it for you. Spring selling season is here. Rates are down, activity's up. Now's the best time in years to sell your home. Some homes are sitting on the market, though. Hiring an expert who can maximize your equity and minimize your hassle, that's the key. And I've been telling you who those experts are. Are you listening? I recommend Chad and Sandy Newman. Go to chadandsandy.com, the local real estate experts you can trust with the sale of your home. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. So whatever problems you think you have, I've got you this promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. There you go. Simple as that. Christopher on Anastasia Island. My home was too big for my needs. I wanted someplace smaller and easier to manage. I got multiple offers and sold in 3 days with Chad and Sandy. You can too at chadandsandy.com or 904-414-6200.
Grow your hair back. IHRS offers the latest technology in hair transplants and restorative treatments.
Fast, easy, and effective.
With over 35 years experience, our team is committed to delivering exceptional results. Hair restoration is for us, and it can be for you too.
See how IHRS technology can grow your hair back. Go to hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477 for $250 off.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Maddie. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office in Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com, powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Jaguar minicamp had a brief scare when wideout Brian Thomas Jr. went down, but head coach Liam Cohen assured that he's fine.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. He absolutely could have gone back and played, just bruised it a little bit. No issues, just precautionary. He was completely cleared to play.
Meanwhile, defensive tackle Mason Smith continues to lean on Eric Armstead as a mentor, crediting him for helping develop his game.
It's a lot of things that I can, pick and choose from his brain to kind of incorporate in my game.
In minor league action, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp kept their momentum rolling, following up their blowout win over the Rochester Red Wings with a late rally on Wednesday to secure a 4-3 victory. The teams square off again today at 1:05. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 7:56 and it's 76 degrees. Your time and your temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned for the special guest on the drill next.
10 10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Oh, I told you we were going to have a special guest. It's the ring. It's the ring, Coach.
Where's the music?
It's playing.
Oh, okay.
And darn right it
I don't
is.
have to wear those things anymore, huh?
My man Tom Coughlin is here, stopping by. We're catching up with him. You're like, what's become of you? You're now like a media sensation again.
What?
Every time I look up, I see you on McAfee.
Oh, yeah, well.
I see you. I saw you the other day. Is this right? On Barstool?
Oh, I was on Barstool.
Yeah. You're just on Barstool?
Not the other day, but I was on
Oh, it was
Barstool.
a while ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I saw this clip because you were talking about Eli.
Oh, yeah.
And that was great. And yeah, I mean, you're popping up now. I mean, I said, well, listen, I got to get my guy in here to talk a little bit.
You know what happens is you go along and, you're not that busy. And then all of a sudden everything happens at one time.
Well, you said you had a busy, stuff going on.
It's busy right now for me, which, I prefer it that way.
For sure.
But, it has its moments too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we're coming off, we've been doing this J Fun thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And and 1010 big supporter, you guys.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here with my friends.
Yeah. What you've done for our community is second to none. But, and I've gotten the privilege to be a part of it for a bunch of years.
Oh, what a great job you did. You and Brian did this year. I mean, I didn't realize you had all that comedic activity that you've been hiding. You were really good, especially when Reggie Rivers was up there.
Yeah,
you were good.
He was good.
You were good.
But what a night that was.
That was fun.
And you came up and gave us a speech of inspiration and talked about the importance of team. And Jacksonville's so connected. The J Fund has a huge team here, by the way. But that particular night, those people in the room raised almost $1 million.
Almost, yeah.
$975,000. $984 in one night.
In one night, yeah.
That was incredible, man.
It really was. It was so unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you remember, and the thing that I give Kelly and our J Fund team, these ladies and guys are sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not afraid to evaluate and to say, well, we need to change this, we need to do this, we need to improve that. And what an improvement we made, because you remember the year before, Dan, when it came to the in-room appeal, everybody sat there with their hands in their pockets.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So one of our gals was out at a function one time and spotted this Reggie Rivers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So Edie Wright then followed Alex out and spent time, I wonder if this is...
Yeah.
Invited him.
Tremendous.
And we went from making nickels in that particular aspect of our evening to $230,000+.
And it's not he has a talent for it. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not. Not at all.
And he was
But
he
the
was
way
great.
you do it.
Yeah.
The way you do it is it's the self-deprecating humor that you start with.
Yes.
And I love here's what he starts out with. He goes, I played in the NFL for 6 years.
Yeah.
And for those of you who've seen my film, if you would please keep quiet about that for a few minutes here.
Yeah. What do you say? I was the greatest Bronco of all time if you don't know me. But if you've seen my film.
Then you might question that particular statement.
Yeah, he was great.
But here's the other thing he did that was really well. And I've never heard anybody do this before. He goes, okay, now, all of you guests of people that are in this room.
Oh, yeah.
And you're sitting there as the guest of someone who's very interested in the J Fund Foundation.
Right.
Perhaps you ought to reach down and also support us.
Yeah.
And the other one that was really good was, and the way he put it was this way. After all that, after the night, and he starts out at 15,000.
Oh, yeah.
Two people did that, and then 10, and then right down the line. And he goes, even at the end, even if you've given already, everybody in the room can give $100.
Yeah.
And I mean, I mean,
I think he threw the numbers out. I think he said something like, well, there's 341 people in here, and if everybody gives $100, then we have an extra.
How quickly he read the numbers off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was good.
He called it a paddle, but you just hold up a number.
Yeah.
Everybody had a number.
Yeah.
But how fast he went. Boom, 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 boom.
It was a.
And remember when you were trying to keep up with the numbers? That's not easy.
It was not easy. I'm Gator educated, as you know, so it was a challenge.
That is challenging.
But, yeah, and as great as all that was, the other two things that, and when you don't want to forget about what we're really all about, man, we had a little boy in there that night.
Oh my gosh.
Who has one of the great names. Like I told my kids the other day, I said, if you have a son, you should name him Duke. I love that name. What a great name.
That's right.
The little boy's name was Duke. He's like 4 years old, and he's fighting a brain tumor, but such a beautiful kid.
But how about when mom and dad say he'll always have the brain tumor because it's too large?
Oof.
That is so.
Gets you, man.
Oh, it does.
And then
with the stories.
Yeah, and then the other young lady, who and her parents were so beautiful and eloquent, and she lost her leg, and they were talking about it with her, and then she immediately asked about getting when can it be a purple leg or whatever when she gets her prosthetic. I mean, it was a beautiful night, and Jacksonville poured out their love for it.
Oh my God!
But it helped. It's our city. You know, we've always said this, Tom. We take care of our own, man, and that night we did.
Yeah,
so
we really did.
I was very proud of that.
You talk about being touched by it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And the enthusiasm in the room. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I love that part.
Mm-hmm.
I just listen sometimes.
Right.
And it's the buzz is really something.
Mm-hmm.
And how about our new head coach?
Yeah.
I mean, Liam
delivered.
He jumped up.
Yeah.
And you know what else he did, which was a wonderful thing?
Mm-hmm.
He stuck around afterwards forever. He and his wife and Liam and Ashley talked to anybody and everybody that wanted to come up and visit.
Yeah.
And he stayed right there and did it. And I was really moved by that.
And I could tell that, and you're up on stage, but I zeroed in on him a couple times just because, he was a part of that. He gave out for those who don't know, one of the auction items is you get a lunch at training camp with you and him. And with
probably Trevor.
And Trevor. And so, and it's pretty cool. But he immediately doubled it. Like if somebody else match that.
And that was not put in his ear.
Right.
We've done that in the past.
Right. But he did
talked about doubling. He did it.
Yeah, he did it.
And I thought, man, this guy's really good at that.
And our guy Daniel Murphy, he buys that all. He's a great supporter, and he comes out.
He does that.
He wouldn't
every year.
Yeah, he wouldn't like me to tell, but that I don't care. So he's terrific.
He's been terrific.
Yeah.
And I mean you can tell the compassion and what he and he likes to come to that. We call it a lunch, but you go to practice first.
Right.
You're there on the field.
Right.
And the coach will come over and talk to the group.
Right.
And the players go by and they say hi and so on and so forth. Then you go inside and have lunch and you start that coach talk, and he loves that. He loves it.
Let me tell you how cool that would be. So I'll tell this story about you real quick. So back when you were the EVP of the Jags or whatever your title was, we were in the playoffs in 17. And I guess they wouldn't put you had to sit in the press box.
Yeah.
Okay, for a couple of the playoff games. Do you remember?
I had to sit in the press box for all the games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you sat by me in the Patriots game. And I'm going to tell you people something. You want a treat, man. I told them this. You should auction this off. And the intensity, and he's right behind me, right? And on a different row. And I'm just sitting there watching the game and shooting the breeze with people and taking it in. And TC's there, and he's got that gum, and he's got his notes and his pencil, and he's working. And then you start hearing, and it's not loud because you can't.
No, you're not.
But you can't hold it back either.
You can't.
This guy can't hold it back.
Can't.
You've ever watched him on the sidelines? Yeah. So there were a couple things, and there were a couple. I don't know. There might have been in that game, and it was a great game. It was such a
fumble.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
How do you keep quiet over that one? And I got the compensatory letter where it said, we're so sorry. I said, My response
from them.
My response to the league was, do you realize what that would have meant to this town
organization,
this city?
Oh,
if that had been properly officiated,
right?
Okay,
yeah, can't mess that one up
because the ball is in the end zone. I mean, there's nobody there left.
Yeah,
and but they get the ball. Brady takes it down, and like he's done so many times.
But my point is, there would be nothing cooler than to watch a game with you and get your point of view as the game unfolds. Because, again, I've watched a million games, but I would learn 1,000 times more in that 3 hours than I would in what I've watched through all my years. It's kind of cool just to see it through your eyes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's interesting you would say that, but that's, you can't help it. You can't help it.
No, no.
And you try. You're not trying to overcoach something or say something negative, but it kind of happens.
Yeah. Well, one of your strongest attributes as a coach, and what people always, when I talk to former players who played for you, what they appreciate is you're straight with them.
Oh, yeah.
And that doesn't happen a lot in the league, but you're dead straight with them. And if they're not performing, you're telling them. If they're doing what you were straight with those guys. And when they look back, maybe in the moment, when you're telling them a few things they don't necessarily want to hear, they're not thrilled, but they appreciate it in the long run.
And they come back.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's been so satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the word, but to me is after, like Tony Baselli.
Yeah.
And Fred Taylor. And even when Jimmy came back, for the jacket ceremony, when Fred told me, this story, when Fred told me, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm looking, and he tells me the story about when I tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the elevator doors are closing, but you still tried to kill me.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I threw him in the 9-on-7 right off the bat. First drill.
Right.
First drill his rookie year.
Yeah.
It was, and it, you can do all the talk you want about, well, we're not tackling.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Boom. Here they go. It's the Saints and the Jaguars.
That part, I was thinking about that as we wrap up the mandatory mini camp here and how it's changed. And even I think back to 95 was our first year together. And again, when you have a new coach, you send a message.
Yeah.
You did it in 17 too with Marone that first year. That training camp was extremely difficult as you could make it.
Yep.
Can't make it as difficult anymore as you used to.
Right.
But 95 was classic. My man here wants us to go get out of the heat. We're going to get some work done. We're going to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. So, and he's got it all figured out. I mean, there's no more detailed person in the history of football than Tom Coughlin. You just have to understand this. So he's got it all worked out. We're going to Stevens Point, Wisconsin. So we in the media are like, oh, this is great. We'll be up there. We take turns, couple weeks up there. We're staying in the dorms. Non-AC, by the way. Thanks for Tom.
Non-AC,
the players, yes. Us, no. So no AC. We're up there, and they get the worst heat wave they've had in 100 years.
104 for a week.
Yeah. And this is back in the two-a-days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is
real stuff now.
Every day is twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
full pads in the morning, uppers in the afternoon. Yep. And it's all night too.
Yeah.
I mean, in those days, you remember
Yeah.
we've had for a number of years. One of the great all timers is Dick Vermeil. He's been here.
Yes.
You should have seen how he operated.
Oh.
He was up. They were up all night. He never gave his assistant coaches, our meeting at night is going to be at Parcells 9:30.
Okay.
When I first go to work for Parcells, I just came from Marion Campbell.
Right.
Well, Marion was the same way as Dick.
Okay.
When you guys all get back here, we'll meet.
Okay.
So there was no time.
Okay.
So you'd be with Marion, you'd get back, and then at 11 o'clock at night, okay, you'd have your meeting talking about 2 practices the next day,
Yeah.
and then have to do all the scripting. But before you could start scripting, you had to come down to the coach's tavern with Marion and have a beer. It might be 1:30 in the morning, and you're up at 5 or 6 in the morning doing the. But so when I go with Parcells, I'm thinking it's relatively the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in, let's say his meetings were at 9:30. I'd walk in at 9:35, 9:40. He would rip. The first time I did it, he just ripped my butt about not being there on time. I said, I didn't know that was the structure was so, but it was.
Well, you didn't make that same mistake twice, I'm sure.
Oh no.
Just as if.
And mine would run the same.
Just
way.
as if we learned with you that if it was 8:30, we should be there at 8:25.
Right, it's going to start. Yeah.
Unless you're Jeff Prosser, who didn't show up late one time and still has never heard the end of it for a golf tournament. One of the great stories
I'll
ever.
never forget that one.
That was fantastic. So let's do this. Let's take a break. I want to talk some football and some more J Fun stuff as well, and whatever else you want to talk about.
Good.
We appreciate you being here. Tom Coughlin, the man, the legend, the Godfather, is here hanging out with us on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Let the excitement of the game take you away.
Flyers back on top of the college basketball world championship madness.
Your home for play-by-play is 1010XL.
It's a great day to be a Gator.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Ideal Conditions Heating and Air Conditioning is your go-to for all AC repairs and replacements. Just gas your AC. For exceptional service, call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com to schedule your estimate today.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjacks.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I'm Max Fink. Join me for the Gator Report on 1010XL as I break down the latest storylines in Gator Nation.
Put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gator! Love is in the air. Beards Diamonds. Listen up, couples. Got you a great offer. Hicken here. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000, man. Are you about to get married? Been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? Don't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beards has hundreds of bands, top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands. You get the idea. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards now. Find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beards can. And it's happening through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol. For a limited time, buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Shop local. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's
Poker
Town
fans, ready to ride the waves and win big? Join us at Best Bet St. Augustine for the Summer Splash giveaway. Over $40,000 in prizes are up for grabs, including a 2025 Yamaha Wave Runner. Join us now through August 8th to earn entries into the big giveaways. Every hour of poker play and table game play earns you an entry. The more you play, the more chances to win. Come play and win big at Best Bet St. Augustine. Visit bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
Summer means fun in all forms. Longer days and more chances to soak up the sun and the fun. Budweiser and Bud Light reminding you to drink wiser. Hydrate between beers and don't sweat it. It's the best way to get home safely.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we are back. We are visiting with Tom Coughlin, the legend himself, the Godfather. One day we'll be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I won't ever stop saying that. You deserve it, whether you know it or not. You certainly deserve it. Your record is unmatched. 2 Super Bowl championships as a head coach, built this franchise, still its greatest years when you were the
That's what I don't
head
understand
coach.
is why that's not more recognized.
Yeah.
You know, and you and I have talked about this before,
Mhm.
so you're not surprised by anything I say.
Right.
But when they start that business about, well, you had extra draft choices.
Yeah.
My thing is, try it.
Yeah.
Try it sometime. Try being by yourself in a trailer with nobody else, no other football people.
That was great.
You're starting it from day one.
I always tell this story when you were in the trailer and we had come over to interview you. You were the coach. We had no football, nothing. They're building the stadium behind you, the house that Tom built. You're in the trailer and you were interviewing on that particular day Perk, who's still with the franchise. Our guy. Shout out Perk. And I was waiting and I was like, Perkins, I wonder if he's really, and of course asked you and you told me but yeah, that in a trailer outside a stadium that's being built, and my man, he went on tour you went to the certain college games. You were
Saturdays to college games, Sundays to pro games.
Yeah.
And just taking as much in as we could in terms of, taking advantage of the year. Because, Carolina
You took
did
advantage of the year.
Yeah, I did.
Correct.
Because Carolina did it differently, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bill Polian was hired there, no coach. Here, and that was an interesting part of the interview with Wayne. Wayne, we're just, well into it. And Wayne says, you do want personnel too, right? I had no idea that was coming. That was no, and I said, yeah, I want personnel.
Yeah.
So, but we did it differently. But that opportunity to work a year, because I brought some coaches with me.
Right.
We game planned. We drafted. We had a draft. We had a expansion draft. We had everything. We had everything up on the board. We did it. And we would come back and we knew the division we were going in, so we game planned in our division every week. It was really an interesting year. And the personnel people, of course, we had to have them right away. So it was Ron and Rick, so they were there, and
I saw Ron a couple months ago out at the beach.
I haven't seen Ron anywhere.
Rick, I haven't seen him.
Rick came on the jacket day. Rick came.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was good to see him.
My favorite Rick Reaper story is he said he wanted a fullback. I found him a fullback, and talking about Christofferson.
Yeah,
remember Ryan Christofferson. Yeah. So. Lots of great names
who scored in the Miami preseason game, remember?
Couple, didn't he?
Beat him, He beat him.
Yeah.
He had a
big deal.
He had a big game.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Oh, yeah. But it's great. I mean, and Those are great stories. And from there, you went on after you left here to New York. And I always remember a couple things. And obviously, we didn't cover you day to day, but in your introductory speech, you talked about restoring the pride for the New York Giants. It is a proud, franchise, one of the greats.
Oh my God!
And you brought that back, and that alone, and by the way, it's not like they've been great ever since.
Oh.
So, what you were able to accomplish there, second to none.
But what people talked about, Dan, it's interesting. So, one of the guys that worked for me, I had my upstairs team and my downstairs team because I always take the third video guy, that, and Chris Pridey worked for me, and Chris said to me one time, what was missing, and he said, "There's no when you left, there's no integrity." Now the thing that I interpreted, and Chris saying that is, there is a way in which I was introduced to the way the Giants played football. Okay, and I won't go into that part, but it was always the physical nature of the game. That's how we played. That's how I was introduced to it. And the Giants just celebrated their 100 years.
Yeah.
And the number one player in the history of the New York Giants is LT.
LT.
And I took LT aside and I looked. He's looking at me. He's shrunk like we all are. I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking too.
Right.
But you look him right in the eyes, and you tell him, do you realize you are you are recognized as the greatest player in the history of the, and he kind of, looks like this, because, he was, and when Bill was the defensive coordinator, he used to tell stories about getting after LT.
Right.
They'd be on the ground wrestling. They'd be wrestling with each other. But it's the NFL,
Yeah. What do you think of Belichick at North Carolina? Okay.
Well, listen, the man loves to coach.
He loves to coach.
He loves to coach.
Yeah.
And he had never coached in college.
Right.
So that experience, I think.
You did. I would.
Oh, yeah.
I would have. Now it's totally different now.
It is.
It's really.
It's not even anything close to what at one time it was. Which I was really proud of that.
Yeah.
Because I felt, you're coaching somewhere where people don't give you much of a chance, but it was a level playing field.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, with what's going on today, now with Saban, when Nick retired, I texted him right away. I said, Nick, you and I said Archie Manning need to straighten college football out. If they don't do something with the transfer rule, you got no chance to straighten it out. I don't know what else you can do now, but you got to straighten that out.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to think that, you got guys playing 8 years.
Right.
What is that all about?
8 years.
How can that be possible?
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't have all the answers.
No.
I can tell you, I can see what.
Well, you can see what
problems are.
Yeah, you can see the problems, and that's the thing. And it's. Listen, I don't think anybody had a problem with players getting money to a point.
To a point.
I can't imagine it's healthy for an 18-year-old to be handed $10 million or whatever it may be. It just makes no sense. So regulation is the first thing that they're going to have to do. And maybe they're making steps as they bring in this commissioner, and let the schools, you can pay this amount of money. But as you know, they'll find ways to circumvent the structure, and we'll have a lot of the same stuff going on that we've always had.
Well,
but just with a lot more zeros.
But the thing you go back to is, that Congress was getting close. There was panic at the NCAA level.
Sure.
Because Congress wanted the players paid. There was over and over and over. It was going to come to a head. But when you look back now, and I don't think all schools could do it, but was it such a crazy idea to pay a player $75 a month or something?
Right. Right.
Just so that
if they had done that, it probably would have been a lot easier transition into what we've had versus this shock thing
you're heading for the same thing anyway.
Right.
Because, right now, if nothing changes, you're going to basically have 2 leagues.
Well, it's interesting. You talked about, in your time at Boston College, where, by the way, you had some wonderful wins and some great memories. And the origination of the J Fund comes from Boston College with Jay McGillis, who you watched, and that's where you got the inspiration, and your friend Fran Foley and putting that together. And to what it's come 30 years later, I think, and I was so happy that his mom was back at the event.
And she fell and broke her hip.
Oh, she did?
She's going through that now, too.
God bless her.
She's 90 years old.
Yeah, she's 90 years old, but
and fragile.
Brothers and sisters, listen, it's a lifetime. It's 30 years.
It is.
We've all gotten old.
Well, you know what was really good about that night, too, that Mike Panos was there.
Yes.
And I had never told, I've told
that was
people,
a great story.
But that is a great story.
Yeah.
Because that came from that young man.
Yeah, and he was sitting up front, and he's obviously had a successful career in life.
And in those days,
one of Jay's teammates, for those who don't know. Yeah,
Mike Panos was a linebacker on that 91 team, okay, who came to me and said, Coach, we got to do something. And I was kind of, what do you mean, Mike? Sit down. And he sits down and tells me, what we now know happens in every family.
Right.
They run to the bedside of the sick child.
Right.
Forget about paying the bills. The bills don't get paid.
Right.
And pretty soon people start coming after their money.
Right.
So the family is in trouble of losing their home, for God's sake. And so as the story goes, Mike and I talked, and Mike's the one that came up with the idea of going into the community and selling pledges for the max lifts that take place in those days in college football. We max lift in the spring.
Sure.
And so they bench, they squat, they power clean, all that. And we raised $50,000. And at halftime of the spring game, we handed the McGillis family a check for $50,000.
Yeah.
But that's where, I might not be very bright, but that's where that came. The idea came from of helping these families because they so desperately need help.
So through that, in 30 years of doing this, and I know that you guys recently, or even yesterday, you had your board meeting.
Big time board meeting.
And you got some kind of sobering words from one of the doctors there that you told me that you wanted to mention. So
and I wanted to mention to all of your listening audience, okay, so that I think everyone needs to know this because hopefully we might be able to do something about it through our congressman, our senator, whoever you might be. But Dr. Andy Collier, who's chief of the Division of Pediatric Hematology and Oncology at New Moors Children's Hospital. We know Dr. Andy and Dr. Joyce very well. Dr. Andy came by to visit with us and really did a great job really talking about what has happened in healthcare with regard to pediatric cancer over the 30 years. Okay, so he established the point at which they are now, and there's some exciting things going on in cancer treatment. But he also mentioned this, and it really shook all of us up because I didn't see this coming.
Right.
Half of the cancer patients treated in the area of pediatric oncology are on Medicaid. Okay? And for everyone out there that knows this, the budget is being, attacked.
Okay.
All right? And it probably should be. But in the area of helping families, particularly with this type of disease, it's a terrible threat. It really is.
Right.
And what Dr. Collier said is if Medicare is cut, the chances of survival for these children will go down, and their families' financial needs will go up. And where Kelly jumps in right after that and said, in times of uncertainty, one thing is certain, the J Fund will be there.
Right.
Yes, we'll be there. We'll be there whenever we can, wherever we can be, to help these families because of the wonderful people who recognize with great compassion what the mission is. The mission is to help families in a practical way that have a child with cancer. And we're talking about keeping a roof over their head, food on the table, keep the lights on, gas in their tank, get them to and from their hospital treatments, etc. But when you threaten Medicaid, which has been a tremendous help to impoverished families, but families at all level of finance, okay? If that is taken away, then research and development and care is all going to be set back. And where you see what is improved is that, the survival rate of pediatric cancer has gotten better and better and better. Okay, it's in the 80 percentile right now. Okay, but if you take the support away from Medicaid, that number's going the other way.
Well
That's
said.
just what we want.
Yeah, want that message out for sure.
We want that message
for sure
to be heard.
Well, good. Well, I'm going to squeeze you for one more segment.
Good.
So we'll keep Coach around. Tom Coughlin, our guest, he's hanging out with us, and we'll continue our discussion. We'll talk a little bit more football as well. Continue some J Fun stories. It's all happening right here on The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, this is the Big D. And we don't mean Dallas. 1010XL, Jacksonville's sports radio.
It's graduation season, a time to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a whole new story. At Diamonds Direct, we believe moments like these deserve to be remembered beautifully. Honor your graduate with a timeless gift, a birthstone ring, a classic pendant, diamond studs, or an heirloom piece they'll treasure forever. No pressure, all sparkle, and expert guidance every step of the way. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Watch the Stanley Cup Final at the brand new Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo. Specials include $1 wings and $3 drafts for the Stanley Cup Final at Front Runners Tap House.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Jacksonville, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Need the right tools for the job without the full-time price tag? Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach is what you need when you need it. From heavy machinery for commercial projects to weekend projects at the house, we've got you covered. We've been serving Jacks for 50 years. Visit Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach, just behind Aqua East Surf Shop, or call today. We also have event rentals too. Tucker Equipment Rentals. Tools you need without the price tag of purchasing.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 12th, 1981, Larry Holmes TKOs Leon Spinks in the third round to defend his world heavyweight title.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
The 2025 season schedule has dropped, and single-game tickets are on sale now. Be at the bank to watch Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars take on the biggest names in the NFL. Don't miss your favorite matchup and secure your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. See you this fall, Jags fans.
Yes, sir. That's the best decision. I love it.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. U.S. Open's begun at Oakmont. You been playing any golf, Coach? Tom Coughlin, our guest, by the way.
I'm always playing 9 holes a week. It's got to be a little bit much here and there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I play with Randy Edsel.
Yeah.
And Mike Malarkey.
Yeah.
Randy hits it a mile.
Okay.
He does. I
Yeah.
mean, he's good. He is really good. Mike and I we're the caddies.
Yeah.
I
like that. I saw Mike, it was a couple months ago now, and he had said that you guys had for a while you had a game, but I think didn't he have surgery recently?
He had a shoulder.
Yeah.
He's got a shoulder that continues to bother him.
Yeah.
He's got a knee.
Little wear and tear.
Yeah.
Through the years.
Covering kicks.
Yeah. Football player. Gator. Good Gator.
Yeah.
Tight end. There with Chris Faulkner, another guy who's there. Really good guys. Coach, we're finishing up OTAs, new coach. You want to send a message. Tell me a little bit about the challenge of going through it the first time as a head coach in the NFL, like what Liam Cohen may be facing.
Well,
because I know you're impressed with him and you've talked about him and what he was.
And I mean, let's right up front. Okay. I want him to win.
Right.
I want the Jaguars to win.
Right.
I do. I want them to win.
Mm-hmm.
Liam comes in. I mean, he's been from the outside looking in, just like all other fans. He's very well organized.
Yeah.
The way he put his staff together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting thing to watch today because it's done so differently than when I started.
Right.
Let's face it, I'll just go with Parcells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You had 4 defensive coaches and 5 offensive coaches, a special teams coach.
Uh-huh.
My first job in Philadelphia, Frank Gantz was a special teams coach. Remember that name?
Yeah.
He also coached the tight ends.
I remember Frank Gantz.
Frank, the Ganser.
Yeah.
The fabulous Ganser, I used to call him. But anyway.
Was he a head coach at Kansas City ever? Is that right or no?
You know what? I think he did have one.
Let me look him up, bro.
Maybe 1 year.
Yeah, I thought he maybe Frank Gantz.
But he went.
Football coach.
And I had him here. You remember that?
Yeah.
The Ganser was here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
he coached in 87 and 88 for the Chiefs.
There you go.
4 and 11 years. Yeah. That won't last.
The Ganser was one of the great storytellers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he used to do half the time with his special teams meetings. He'd crank the guys up by, his stories. He had all these cliches and things that he said. He was a heck of a guy. But it's so different today because there's a lot of hired coaches, and I know with the guys I started out with Parcells,
right,
with Marion, you were an information gatherer. You gave no information out whatsoever about what you were doing, and but it's an interesting thing to see. But yeah, they're finishing up. I think their last OTAs today. Okay. And then they'll have a little bit of break, and they're back. But from the outside looking in, everybody's been there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody's trying to impress the new coach, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think,
and you got, but as a coach, will you set, because we talked about this a little bit earlier, as far as you got to make this training camp coming up in July as competitive.
Yeah, but you got to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Because as Jeff Lageman used to say, you don't come in the second year and be tough.
Right.
You know, it has to, however you want it to be,
right.
This is the time.
Right.
And there's no question in my mind, watching from the outside in, listening, because I've talked to Tony. You know, Tony doesn't tell me anything that I shouldn't know, but but they're grinders. They're working at it.
Right.
And they're bing people. They're, you know, bang bang bang. They got everything going at one time.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Including the draft and the move they made in the draft, which got the old attention of the entire league.
You said something that triggered a conversation we had many, many years ago, and you won't remember this, but I'll tell it because it's a good story. You you were good friends with the late Will McDonough.
Yeah. Oh,
he was one of your guys.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had to, back when you were coaching, we had a moment where, I don't know, we were somewhere and it was a very competitive time back then. And you want to get stories. And what drove us local guys always want to beat the national guys.
Sure.
But Will McDonough was a titan of the industry.
Yeah.
And you told me, I said, well, Coach, how's he get, everything? And, and you said something to the effect of, well, you know what? You want information, you got to have information. I said, okay.
That's true. It's all true.
I said, okay. I learned something from him.
But he was the best.
Yeah.
And you know how he would work.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
He would call.
Yeah.
And he would go. And I was not going to tell him my draft picks.
Yeah.
I was not going to do it.
Uh-huh.
But here's how he works. He'll go, well, what do you think of so-and-so, who might have been ranked number 9?
Yeah.
What do you think of this guy? And he would somehow close it down because what they did, they publicized the draft, and they, in those days, they were on it. They were trying, obviously, like it's just like they do today.
Sure,
everybody wants to get the order right, get the picks right. But and I used to, he's a Boston guy. I was in Boston for 6 years.
Right.
Got to know Will, got to know Sean, got to know, but
great family, by the way.
I can't tell you. I'm not telling you who my draft pick is. If you want to guess it, go ahead. I don't think it was so hard to pick for anybody to get Baselli.
Right.
And that deal was kind of but not as easy in other years. As you move, as you move back in the pick. But that's how he operated. One of
the many things that you were so great at as a head coach was getting the best out of a football player. And I could go on. There's a million stories, but the one that's always talked about, even when you were in New York, was Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber had fumbling problems. You helped him solve his fumbling problems. You were able to get the very best out of guys. And I wonder what your thoughts are with Liam Cohen. One of the reasons that he's a fit here in Jacksonville is because we want to see more out of the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And so how does that work? What do you do as a coach, a head coach, to get the very best out of individuals?
Well, let's just use the example you used. Okay. Tiki fumbled like 24 times the year before that I got there.
Yeah.
Okay. And he knows that the whole world is pointing the finger at him.
Right.
Do you dare put him on the field?
Right.
So here's a guy that wanted badly to have this eliminated.
Okay.
Well, you know what we taught, high and tight.
Right.
But high and tight's interpreted a lot of different ways.
Right.
Tiki had a ball the whole spring.
Right.
If we were running sprints, gassers, he had the ball and he had it in the right spot. And by the right spot it's not comfortable. This elbow is inside the body.
Right.
So that you can't, you don't get that happening.
Right.
So he would run with the ball like this.
Right.
And he'd run back and forth across the field like that.
Right.
And he got to where, he could do it.
Yeah.
He could do it. And he was smooth and he fouled blockers
Mhm.
really well.
Mhm.
You know, and he wasn't overly fast.
Right.
He had a move. He could spurt out of there.
Sure.
And but when you shut the leak off,
Mhm.
now he could be the player that, you know, that he was capable of being.
Right.
And so with every player, there's one of those
Mhm.
keys if they're willing to go there with you and
Yeah.
be honest about it.
But they have to be willing to go there.
They have to.
Yeah.
But it's got to be one of those things where you recognize it
Mhm.
and you're willing to sacrifice to do something about it.
I also heard you talking recently about Eli, and you'll put him up in big games against anyone.
Oh.
And anyone. Include the all-time greats. You'll put him up against. Yeah.
He's one of the.
That part, though, how did you help? Like, is that just something that he has inside him?
That's part of
That's a little bit, you know.
That's the bloodline.
Yeah.
That's the bloodline.
Yeah.
But here's the guy, you know, when you look at the brothers,
Mhm.
okay, Peyton is up
Right.
on the bit guy. You know,
Yeah.
everything. Eli wasn't like that.
Right.
Eli's kind of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say easygoing, but he's
right.
You know, but in situations like that,
Yeah.
how he practiced,
Yeah.
Going into that Super Bowl 42,
Mhm.
okay, I don't think the ball ever touched the ground.
He was just dead on. Yeah.
But, you know, so he could get himself
Mhm.
because it meant that much to him.
Right.
He loved the competition is what he wanted.
Okay.
That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
the competitiveness.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love to tell this story about the New York Press.
Mhm.
So he comes as a rookie, right?
Mhm.
Okay, he just gets there.
Mhm.
And we gave up a lot for him.
Yeah.
Ernie Accorsi.
Oh, yeah.
It was Ernie all the way.
Oh, yeah.
And Ernie gets all the credit for that
Sure,
one now.
sure.
Because he had to go in his office.
Mhm.
Mr. Mara was questioning. Mr. Mara, he's a personnel guy.
We saw that on the Hard Knocks last year. We know.
No, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking about Wellington.
Yeah, yeah.
Wellington is
Yeah.
So that's Ernie.
Mhm.
But he comes to New York,
Mhm.
and he's the first time he's ever with us. It's a rookie mini camp.
Okay.
He's never worked with a center. It's probably a free agent center.
Okay.
You know, he doesn't know anything about the cadence. He doesn't know anything about what we're going to throw. So his first practice is mediocre.
Okay.
He throws the ball. They killed him. They killed him.
Yeah.
The media killed him.
Okay.
Okay. And it was not easy for him
Mhm.
because he and Kurt were basically the same in preseason.
Right.
And I picked Kurt to start.
Right.
And Eli, and you know the stories about me making him.
Mhm.
I made him draw every blitz
Mhm.
every week and the protections.
Okay.
You know.
Mhm.
And then he tells the story, you know,
Mhm.
where he comes in, tries to slide one by me.
Yeah.
And I hand it back. It's got all kinds of red marks all over it. And he said, he can't be possibly looking at all this stuff. And I give it back to him. I said, what are you trying to do? You trying to get away with?
Uh-huh.
But so then when it was time to play him,
Right.
and we actually were 4-3.
Right.
So but we had one of those things in we were in Phoenix, and
Mhm.
Kurt didn't play real well, and we
Mhm.
were, you know, so it's time.
Right.
And he went through holy hell is
Right.
what he went through.
Oh, yeah.
Because Washington and back-to-back Baltimore and Washington,
Oof.
they crushed us.
Right.
They came after us. And,
Right.
And he couldn't get it going fast enough
Right.
to do something about it.
Right.
And it really frustrated him.
Mm-hmm.
But the last game of the year
Right.
was one of those deals. It was I think a 4:30 game. It was dark in New York and it was
Is this
cold.
Denver?
No, it was Dallas. It was
Dallas.
Parcells.
Okay.
And Parcells had all his relatives and friends in the box up there.
Uh-huh.
So it's back and forth game. I didn't think I had enough defensive linemen to play the game.
Right.
It was, you know,
Right.
the last game of the season.
Mhm.
We get down in there. We got the ball like at the 1.
Mhm.
Okay. We can kick field goal and tie it.
Okay.
Or we go for the win. And
Right.
we either lose or win on that
Right.
one play.
On that play.
So Eli checks from a pass to a run.
Uh-oh.
And Tiki scores. And we win the game. And I'm walking off the field, and Ernie, of course, he's looking at me like, you roll it out there for the kid. And he won it was a coverage deal.
Right.
There was
he saw something.
The numbers were in our favor.
Right.
and it was, one of those squeeze deals.
Right.
And we score.
Hey.
Okay, we win.
So the coach-quarterback relationship is so paramount, and that hasn't changed. Whether it was you and Mark, whether it was you and Eli, whomever it may be that you have coached through the years, whether it's now
Doug Flutie,
great story. So
great stories.
But now Trevor and Liam,
Glenn Foley. You guys don't know that
heck
name?
of a quarterback.
Or did he throw the ball?
Oh yeah, heck of a quarterback.
I told Glenn after I think it was his redshirt freshman year. I said, Glenn, if we don't do something about this, you're going to set the all-time interception record for the NCAA.
You don't want that.
So we spent the first year that I was there just pounding it.
And
then we opened it up.
Yeah. So you talked about your relationships, how much, and I've seen it even with Belichick and Brady.
Oh, sure.
How they would meet once a week, just head coach and quarterback.
Yeah.
And kind of go over things. And is that those are the kinds of things that
I met every Saturday morning with the quarterbacks.
Okay.
And what I did was I was always trying to teach them stuff. So I would prepare some of the most interesting 2-minute drills in the league. And I would show them those plays, those situations, and I would provoke questions and things like that along the way. What do you think here? What do you think in here? What do you think? And so I met with them every Saturday morning. And you have to have that kind of relationship with them.
Yeah. Do you have speaking of Flutie, and I'll always remember this one when we went to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And we, the Jags, were undefeated.
Yeah.
Right? And Flutie was taking Buffalo by storm at the time, Flutie Flakes. And he got us on that naked bootleg on that.
It wasn't even a naked. Furman Thomas missed the handoff.
Oh.
Furman Thomas missed the handoff.
Even better.
And Flutie knew what to do. He spun, and he beat us to the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, he sure did. That was.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah. I know you have a ton of respect for him.
I had so much fun coaching that kid.
I bet.
Because he came every day with a smile.
Yeah.
He loved it.
He loved it.
He loved it.
Yeah. What happens if someone doesn't love it?
They're not going to. You better love it.
You got to love it, don't you?
You better love it.
And that's one thing
you're going through so much.
Yeah.
The criticism.
Yeah.
You got to love it.
You got to love it.
With a passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was, everybody's
he loves sports too. Like this guy was playing baseball at like 50, hitting 500.
He's 60 years old. He's playing. There's tournaments for the older than 50.
Yeah.
He gets his two brothers and he plays right down here in Daytona or somewhere. I mean, he's amazing. You know what he did? He must have played pro football for 20 years.
Yeah.
12 in the NFL,
in Canadian.
rest in Canada. He'd come home every winter and he'd play ice hockey, intramural ice hockey.
Oh my God.
He was a basketball player. I'd see him go one-on-one with some of the guys playing for Boston College.
Would you?
He could have been the shortstop.
If he was your quarterback of your NFL team and he was playing ice hockey in the offseason, I don't think that would go over well with you. I think there'd be a phone call or two.
He just loved to play.
He did.
He
loves
to compete.
It. Yeah,
everything
he does.
He did. He just wants to be the best, and he wants to compete.
You see that with the successful quarterbacks.
Bill Hurley. I had Bill Hurley at Syracuse.
Yeah.
The same kind of.
Yeah.
He made Bill Hurley a quarterback. He was a runner. He was a running back.
Right.
He rushed for 96 yards as a freshman against Penn State.
Wow.
His freshman year.
We
made him a quarterback. We were out of quarterbacks.
Wow.
We had Timmy Moresco, whose dad was the high school coach at Ithaca High. Okay, was a big-time successful coach.
Yeah.
Tim was a safety, and we put Hurley and Tim Moresco in the they're going to play off to see who the quarterback was. It was Hurley.
Wow.
Hurley's one of the greatest option quarterbacks you've ever seen.
Wow.
Tough. So we're playing Florida State the first year.
I
think it was his junior year.
Okay.
Opening game. They broke 5 ribs.
Oh, jeez.
Hurley missed 7 games.
Oh my God.
It was like, oh my God, what next?
So is that when you're looking for a quarterback, is that one of the first things that you'll look at? I mean, obviously talent is huge. But the passion, the love, the because and obviously Brady took it to a level. Mahomes has it at that level. We see Josh Allen.
I told you that thing that I saw Brady do when we went up. Remember we worked against them
in
17?
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't work against us after that.
Yeah.
Because we beat their ass in 18. We did right here.
Yeah.
And then the quarterback couldn't.
Yeah.
Came in the next day like this.
Oof.
And then we got, But anyway, I don't know. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Brady and
Brady.
saw what he did.
We go up to work against Brady, right?
Right.
And it's a 2-minute drill.
Right.
Okay. And Brady's got, the one thing they did, which was really those receivers that he worked with.
Yeah.
When he was out there, they were out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't throwing to Joe Schmo.
Right.
He wanted.
He had his guys.
But he wanted it at the top level all the time.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So he throws the ball to the outside the numbers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the kid just nonchalantly, puts the ball. He sprints outside the numbers, picks the ball. This is a 2-minute drill. The clock's running. Sprints back inside the hash marks, pulls the team together, and clocks the ball. I had never seen a quarterback do that.
Wow.
That's him.
Yeah.
That was Brady.
Yeah. He was, and he could diagnose, right? When he came to the line of scrimmage, I mean, the mind was whirling, right? I mean, he was, and when somebody's like,
he knew how to pick it apart.
Yes.
And, I mean, he was in on the play calling and everything.
Yes.
I mean, he was one of those guys.
Yeah. So when they're that good at it, though,
it's
as a head coach, you got to.
Yeah, but what we did with Eli is, you on Friday, you tell me what you rank these things. So he'd rank the play action passes, he'd rank the third down passes. So this is what he thinks against that, because he's always looking at film.
Right.
He was in there on Tuesday when everybody else was off. He's in there looking.
Again,
but that's the game.
That's the game.
That's where you are.
If you want to hoist the trophy.
And the respect of and don't think all those guys in that locker room.
They knew it.
Because everybody's confused they think quarterback's not a rah-rah guy. He's not going to be a rah-rah guy. He's got too much work to do.
Right.
He's got too much thinking. Too much intellectual work. So, but the way the quarterback leads is by performance. Productivity.
Yeah.
Tough moments coming through for everybody.
Right.
Phil Simms never said a word.
Right.
Except he was busting your chops. But that goes to somebody else.
Yeah.
Let LT get him in the middle. And Harry, those guys. And so you can't hang that one on there, but the competitiveness of the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what and that's what you really believe. When you look back at that finish a couple of years ago, here, with last minute wins and things like that.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yes.
That's instead of reflecting on the bad times, let's get back to that.
Yes. That year, the 22 year was. You'll never have a string. You may never have a string of games like that again. I mean, that's unheard of. What
it was so much fun watching that.
And that year, the quarterback did make those throws. And you're playing the Baltimore Ravens, and you got to go down and score, and you got to hit a 4th down and 8, and you're hitting a 15-yard throw, and you're making all these plays, and then we're going to go for 2, and then you zip right to.
And he can do it.
And he can do it, but can he do it consistently? Is obviously where you have to figure that out. So that will be the judge. Well, it's great to see you, my man.
Thank you.
I will always tell people this. I'll tell people this until I can't speak anymore. Tom Coughlin, greatest legacy. This man is a Hall of Fame football coach, ladies and gentlemen. He's won multiple Super Bowls. He always tells me, it's not 2. It's not 2. He won 2 as a head coach.
Did I ever say that? Did I ever tell you about Brian Dable?
No.
I said something to Brian one day. He goes, I got 5. So I thought, well, I lost that one.
By the way, Brian Daboll, when I was up in New York
at the Buffalo guy.
Yeah, Knicks Pacers game though. He rolled up the celebrity row. Brian Daboll did.
Did he? Really?
Yeah, he's moving and shaking, baby. Yeah, he's got a big year coming up though. By the way, got to figure some things out. So wish him well. But anyway, my point is this: you're forever here in Jacksonville, and what you did for the franchise will forever be grateful. Your greatest legacy will always be the Tom Coughlin J Fund, and what you and your family have done. It means so much to so many people. So for that, we thank you.
What you have to believe in, Dan, is that you whatever recognition, success is meaningless unless you use the platform to help those who are less fortunate.
Right. And you have done that.
And And I witnessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I witnessed it.
You watched it.
And Judy witnessed it.
Yeah.
And we knew if we ever had a chance.
All right.
And it was here. And it was, I always say, remember the first one was, we raised, I say 36, but I was corrected. It was 38.
Okay.
$38,000.
38 grand.
We thought we did really good.
You did. but it's,
30 years ago.
Yeah. You never, and none of us ever imagined what it would have become and what Kelly has done.
Kelly's.
And she's a remarkable woman and
her team,
great family.
Her team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her team is just those, and they all think the same. They're all.
You talk about, too.
The mission.
And whatever you do in life, we were talking about playing quarterback and the passion, but there's a passion there with those people. And they want to help, and they have relationships with these families, and they hurt with these families, and they mourn with these families when it doesn't turn out well, and it's nothing you ever could imagine.
It's an amazing thing because, you name Rita Maley.
Yes.
She knows every kid,
Yeah.
and if I go somewhere with Rita,
she's constantly,
say hello to, say hello to them.
Yeah.
I look at her, I say,
how do you
I
know?
can only be in one place. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But that's the passion.
Yeah.
That group.
I love them. They're good people, and you're a good man. It's great to see you, my man.
Good to see
Have
you,
a
Dan.
great summer.
Dan, I want to thank you because you and Brian were amazing this year.
Oh, it's easy.
You really, I don't know how easy it is now. The bullets are flying, and you guys are wheeling and dealing, and you're right there, and you stayed with it, and you keep the crowd into it. You won't let them go down. They got to be brought back up. You guys were.
Well, thank you.
You just do so much and you have for a long, long, long time. You've been there for the J Fund, and it's greatly appreciated.
Our hair went white. 40 years of TV here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Do it.
Well, that's good. It's a good run. All right, my man. Good to see you, Tom Coughlin. Yes, thank you, sir. The Godfather in studio with us. We'll let him run. He's got things to do. We appreciate it. We're back with more next on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell,
1010XL.
It's the event everyone waits for. Now at Beard's Diamonds. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. Now for a limited time, when you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Are you about to get married or been married for years thinking it's time for an upgrade? There's nothing that symbolizes your love more than the wedding band. Beard's has hundreds and hundreds of bands from top designers in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, pave set, eternity bands. And for men, masculine bands, wide, modern, with and without diamonds, hammered, brushed, engraved, lots of colors. Come to Beard's now and find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beard's can. And it's happening now through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol, Beard's Diamonds, at St. John's Town Center.
You tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now. Don't miss Renewal by Anderson's 30th anniversary sale. Buy one window or patio door and get one 30% off. Financing options are available and this offer expires June 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
New year, new club. This is Joe C., and I'm proud to be a member of Southampton. And with the popularity of golf, getting a tee time is tough. But with membership comes member privileges. Enjoy clubhouse dining, expanded practice area, focusing on all parts of your game. And right now, you can join with an annual commitment and get a $1,000 discount, plus $500 of Pro Shop credit. All the details are online at golfsouthampton.com or call 287-PLAY and make a tee time today at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mac and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars, to trucks, to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Jaguar head coach Liam Cohen shared his thoughts after minicamp, noting that the defense is making strides as the team continues to build chemistry.
So much of playing defense is just not staying blocked. Yeah, we're trying to train it, but you can't quite possibly simulate it right now.
Meanwhile, the defending national champion Florida Gators are set to face Duke in Durham as part of the 2025 AC-SEC Challenge, one of 16 matchups in the annual event. And in golf, the 125th U.S. Open has officially teed off at Oakmont Country Club in Pennsylvania. This year's tournament features defending champion Bryson DeChambeau and world number 1 Scottie Scheffler, with updates rolling in throughout the day on 1010XL. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:08 and it's 81 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Barra, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Mr. Nasty time.
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock Nasty on the Drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
Oh, man. We had to let Coach go because of the nasty.
We couldn't get too nasty in front of Coach.
Can't do it.
Oh, no, I'm sure Coach hasn't seen some nasty, but this is a different type of nasty over here.
Yeah, this is different. No, actually, man, I just told him as he left, honestly, I could sit there with Tom Coughlin till 10 o'clock tonight. I could do, if you wanted me to do all the shows today, if I had Tom Coughlin, I could do it. Because he's a Jacksonville treasure, man. We're lucky to have that man, what he's meant to this community, and what he did with our football team is second to none, and he's loved that for a long time. So anyway, it was great to see him. Always great to catch up with him. I'm like you guys. I mean, I got all these on the text line, and folks are texting me, and I'm just like y'all. I could listen to him all day long, and I can just set him up, just throw up these softballs and let him run. And his face when I asked him about Belly at North Carolina, that was great. But I got to, and I'm gonna tell you something. You know, he is such a compassionate person, man, and he's always, you know, as much as the stuff that we do, he's always been there for me too, and I thank him for his friendship as well. So, yeah, it was great having him, great listening to him. Old days, new days, current days, what he wants, how he gets the best out of his players, setting the tone, what the J Fund has done. Like I said, we could just go, gosh, man, that was good stuff, E. I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah, good stuff.
I enjoyed that. The U.S. Open is underway. J.J. Spawn is your leader, 3 under through 7 holes. Gary Woodland's 2 under. Rory's 2 under through 4. Oh.
Okay.
Did you have Ludwig?
No. Who did I have? I forget who I had.
Ludwig's 1 under through 6. 1 under. X-Man's 1 under. That's one of my guys. Oh, boy, X-Man, you go. But, yeah, so they're off and running. They're playing right now, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see who wishes.
Oh, I did have Rory. I got Rory and Morikawa.
Okay. Let's see who wish they didn't play, like Jay Hicks, who's 5 over through 6, or see any bigger names. No, Patty Cantlay, 2 over through 4. Oh, Akshay Bhatia, 2 over through 3. So some slow starts for some of the guys as well. Cam Smith is 1 over through 3. Shane Lowry is 1 over through 4. DeChambeau is 1 over through 4. He's out on the course already.
Oh, that's the process guy.
Okay, well, let's see how he does. So anyway, off and running at the United States Open. It's going to be appointment television this weekend, obviously, and throughout Thursday and Friday. So certainly looking forward to that. Appreciate Tom Coughlin coming on the program, spending, gosh, that was a good hour with Tom, right?
Yeah.
So you guys know what the J Fund means to us here at the radio station. We're very proud of our Radiothon. Thanks to Justin Moore as well for coming by and hanging out. And he was like a kid in a candy store. He grew up with the Jags, you know, as a Jag fan as a little kid. Tom was his guy, so he was just sitting there watching Tom. It was cool stuff. So that's the kind of impact that, you know, people have. And I hope all the professional athletes and coaches understand the type of, you know, impact that they can have on certain people. You know, we cross paths with these guys, and obviously my job gives me a different vantage point, but through the years it's been good. So anyway, that was gold. That was gold. I enjoyed that very much. NBA Finals continued last night, and the Indiana Pacers somehow, some way, winning football or basketball. It's basketball, right? E?
Yes, sir.
And what they were able to do, do I think OKC's going to win? I do, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm
not sure.
I'm not as positive as I was
going
before
into
the series
series.
started.
I thought OKC'd win in 4 or 5.
Yep.
After
Now
game 1, I said,
7.
OKC will win in 6. Now after game 3, I'm like, well, we'll see. And I think OKC will even it up at 2-2, but if they don't, this Indiana team, like I said, they've got a belief. They're never out of the game. Their bench last night came through, so it was the guard play. It was the Mathurin guy. It was McConnell guy. I mean, just some great basketball last night from the Indiana Pacers, and they found a way. And they're now up 2-1 in that series. The hockey goes tonight. That'll be a lot of fun to watch. So we'll see how that goes going forward, and see what that brings. The College World Series gets cranked up, so that's coming up. Yeah. So a lot of good things happening in the sports world here in the, what are we, The dead zone, the middle of June, it never ends, people.
Never ends, baby.
It never ends. OKC said, well, unforced errors, didn't play well. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see how it happens. But, yeah, big win for the Pacers. The Knicks trying to get a coachy. They asked for permission to talk to the T-Wolves coach. Denied. They asked for permission to talk to the Rockets coach. Denied.
Damn.
They asked for permission to talk to Kidd with the Mavericks, Jason Kidd. Denied. Hell, they then asked for permission to talk to the Atlanta Hawks coach and the Chicago Bulls coach. Denied. Quinn Snyder, no, you can't talk to him. Billy Donovan, no, you can't talk to him. I guess they better go find themselves an assistant coach.
Somebody who ain't on staff somewhere.
So it's one of either two things. The first question, did the Knicks not have a plan when they decided to fire a coach who just took them to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years?
Clearly they didn't.
Did they not have a plan? Or are they just doing their due diligence? Or were they so convinced that there was about to be a player upheaval that it was just time for Tibbs to go?
Well, clearly they didn't have a plan.
Because there are reports that one player even said, I won't play here if he's the coach next year. I don't think that player was Jalen Brunson, but he does grind him up. On my way to Indy for Game 4. Oh, Mr. Eden Kendall's going up there. Good for you. You should go. It's been 25 years. I went to Game 2, Knicks Pacers. It didn't go well. I hope it turns out just like that for you.
Oh, dear.
On the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, sharp as a tack for 78 years old. Always love it when Tom Coughlin comes on. What a great man. I'm a cancer dad listening. I'm emotional right now. I take a missile for that foundation. Wow. Radio Gold, Dan. Good morning, Randy from Middleburg. Just want to say I love Coach Coughlin. The show is amazing when he's on it. Stories, the passion, the love for the game, his love for people shows through it all. Nothing but a class act. I could listen to Coach all day. What about him saying, here's a PSA, it's 2025 and Miles Jack still wasn't down. Did you hear what he talked about with that? He got the letter from the league and he told him, you screwed the city and the organization. My guy.
Yeah.
My guy told him straight up. There's an important message from TC regarding Medicaid. He talked about that. Yeah. We love having him on. We'll get him on whenever he has an open invite to this show and really any show. Tom Coughlin is beloved here in Jacksonville, and that's the way it should be. What he's meant to our city and what he's meant to that organization are second to none. And the last thing I'll say about TC is that damn Pro Football Hall of Fame better figure it out.
Yeah, they need to tighten up.
And they need to get his ass in that Hall of Fame. And he needs to be in there, and I'll say it. He doesn't want to, I'll say it. He beat Bill Belichick twice. Not once, but twice. He built this franchise. And like you heard him say, they all said, well, you got all these draft. He said, try it. Try it. There were a lot of obstacles. Trust me, I lived it. And I don't like this system that they have down there where they get one coach a year and then they only put him into the pot. And if he doesn't get voted in, so who's next year?
Right.
There's coaches out there that it's ticking me off, and I want him to be able to enjoy it with his family. It's the ultimate, and he deserves to be in there just like Fred does. I'll speak with the same passion for all my guys, right? And those guys are Hall of Famers. And Fred has said TC should go in ahead of him. That's what Fred has said. So anyway, just things to talk about. We'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. It's 9:20. Good morning, Jacksonville. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. From pit road to Victory Lane.
He'll bypass him on the back straightaway.
Sunday in Mexico City.
That should be all she wrote.
Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. From the station with the most horsepower, 1010XL.
It's graduation season, a time to celebrate the end of an era and the beginning of a whole new story. At Diamonds Direct, we believe moments like these deserve to be remembered beautifully. Honor your graduate with a timeless gift, a birthstone ring, a classic pendant, diamond studs, or an heirloom piece they'll treasure forever. No pressure, all sparkle, and expert guidance every step of the way. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, any time. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc T said, Hick, I'm going into concierge medicine. I said, Doc, what's that? He said, concierge medicine, man, you're not feeling well, you come see me that day. Oh, I like that. Sometimes you want to go see a regular doctor, you can't get in for a couple weeks. Medical emergency, here's Doc T's personal phone number. He gets right back to you 24/7. Kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. You can get those answers at mypvconcierge.com. It's all right there for you. As far as doctors, Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. I've been with Doc T forever, taking great care of me. So whether it's yearly physicals, officer virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, Doc T's got you covered. Again, mypvconcierge.com will have all your answers. mypvconcierge.com.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hello, I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony. Being charged with domestic violence can turn your life upside down. If you're in trouble, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Let PGA pros straighten your morning drive with Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser on Brunch with the Tour, Tuesday morning at 8:30 on 1010XL. Teed up by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Clearwater Irrigation. Brunch provided by Chick-fil-A.
Watch the Stanley Cup Final at the brand new Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo. Specials include $1 wings and $3 drafts for the Stanley Cup Final at Front Runners Tap House.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women. With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
Are you ready to play this summer? At the First Coast YMCA, we're committed to being your home for health and wellness and a place for friendly competition with team sports for adults and for kids. Basketball, volleyball, pickleball, flag football, soccer. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Discover all the benefits of YMCA membership and find your fun this summer at the Y. Registration for team sports and summer camps is open now. Visit fcymca.org.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Pretty nice weather we're having, huh?
You think this is nice?
I mean, it's sunny, warm, We do live in Florida.
It's not all upside, Jason. Warm weather comes, so all the cool people hit the beach. My old air conditioner craps out, so it's 1,000 degrees inside, and I'm stuck on a video call in my underpants trying not to sweat through my...
Wait. Put these sunglasses on.
I'm not going to put on your...
Whoa. The air conditioning experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing can keep your home office cool and comfortable all summer long. You look good in your meeting, impress the big guy with your cool confidence, maybe finally make assistant deputy regional manager.
Wow, air conditioning can do that?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all summer worried the weather is going to be too nice, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
They were right. It could have waited. I can't believe it happened to me. Reaching to check my phone. Now my family has to hear that I'm never coming home again.
Officer?
I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
Every day, 9 people on Florida roadways don't make it home. I was one of the people that didn't make it home.
Ride with Do Not Disturb. Every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. Hanging out here on a U.S. Open Thursday. We got J.J. Spawn tearing it up at 4 under par. It's J.J. with Rory right behind him. It's just like the Players all over again, ladies and gentlemen. Man, you got to hit the fairways. That rough is so thick. Got to drive it in the fairways. We'll see how those boys are able to do, man. Should be fun. Rory's 2 under through 6. I mean, he's been like a train wreck, and he's come out smoking. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff going forward. So, we talked about with Coach the importance of the quarterback-head coach relationship. And each team has, every team has questions that need to be answered about their quarterback and their team. And ESPN did a little breakout on that. Like, what's the most important question to be answered for each team? And, those are things that, like, D-Rock did, I'm sure. And with the Jaguars, it's a simple one, and we talked about it with Coach. How can Lee and Cohen jumpstart Trevor Lawrence's game? Quarterback-centric coaches often say the first thing they work on when they get with a new quarterback is his feet. To that end, Cohen has this offseason emphasized an overhaul of Lawrence's footwork. The idea is that everything about the offense works off the quarterback's ability to time up his feet when the play's called. With the play that's called. If Cohen and Lawrence are already making positive progress on footwork, that would bode well for Lawrence's chances of getting back on track. I don't know if he's off track. I just know that we got to be better. But, like, if every team has a question, like, what would the question be for Kansas City? Like, what are the questions with the core four? E, what do you think in Kansas City, what's the most important question to be answered about the quarterback?
What's the most important question?
Yeah, what's the question? Like, what's a need? What do they have? What would they ask?
There is no question. That's the right guy.
But this is what they asked. What needs to happen for Patrick Mahomes' stats to return to an elite level? Oh,
I mean that's fair, but did they not go to the Super Bowl?
They damn sure did. So I'm curious. Do you think it bothers Patrick Mahomes because that's what's talked about? Because remember, it's not been just 1 year; it's been 2 years.
Yeah, that's fair.
So do you think Patrick Mahomes is like, I need to throw me a 50-burger, coach.
I think it could probably bother
Does
him.
it weigh on him at all, or does he not give a damn because I got 3 rings and I've been to 5?
Yeah, I don't think it weighs on him, but he can be like, oh, yeah? All right, bet. Watch this and go out and throw for 5,000.
Right.
Now y'all shut up. But,
Right.
I think it's that type of situation.
Okay. Because he didn't even throw for 4,000 last year.
Right.
And he only threw 27 and 26 the last 2 years. And his rating was only like 92 and 93. This guy's been as high as has been over 100 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So let's see what the answer to that question is.
Let's see.
Well, it would certainly help if the Chiefs could protect him better. Can the combination of free agent signee Jalen Moore and first-round rookie Josh Simmons shore up the tackle spot? Will second-year lineman Kingsley Suamataia be better at guard than he was last season at left tackle?
Ooh, good pronunciation.
Yeah, I just went with it. I don't know if I got it right. I'm sure I blew it. Getting Rashee Rice back from his knee injury will help the wide receivers, especially as well as a full season from Hollywood Brown. The Chiefs may never again be as explosive as they were in the early Mahomes days with Cheetah, Kareem Hunt, and prime Travis Kelce. But the offense has shown it can be efficient and effective when the O-line is right. Okay, that's one of them. What do you think they're asking in Buffalo? Can he follow up an MVP with an MVP?
Yeah, how do you follow up the MVP season?
Well, listen, guess who hit that right? Does Josh Allen need to repeat as MVP for the Bills to get to the Super Bowl? Okay.
I like that.
What do you think they're asking in Baltimore?
Oh, how do you bounce back from being snubbed from the MVP season? Or can you top the... Or
does it matter what he does during the regular season versus the postseason?
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing there.
All right. I mean, right? Or this is what they're asking. When will the next Lamar Jackson contract extension come and how will it look?
Oh,
he has 3 years left on the extension he signed 2 years ago, $43.5 million this year. A 2-time MVP who probably should have won a third in 24. Jackson could be looking for a new deal to put him ahead of the Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, and Tua Tagovailoa tapes who haven't won any MVPs. And by the way, with Jackson's cap number set to balloon to 74.5 and 26, the Ravens do have some incentive to get an extension done to help with that. Okay. So and then let's finish up one more with Cincinnati. What do you think that question is?
That question.
How will the defense help Joe Burrow?
Okay.
That's my guess. Is the Bengals defense improved enough to support Joe Burrow if he repeats his 2024 performance? Ludicrously good in 2024. Completing more than 70% of his passes, posting a higher QBR than anyone but Allen and Jackson, 48 touchdowns. But a defense that was 27th rendered the offense's performance irrelevant, and the Bengals finished 9-8 and missed the playoffs. New DC Al Golden should be able to overhaul some things and make improvements, but if the Trey Hendrickson contract dispute drags into the season, it's going to be tough for Cincinnati to stop opposing offenses once again. That's the question there. Interesting. Can Jared Goff overcome all the changes in Detroit? Can Jordan Love reach another level? What does the offense coordinator and O-line changes mean for C.J. Stroud in year 3? Have we seen the last of Anthony Richardson as a starter in Indy? So those are some of the, is this a make or break year for Tua Tagovailoa?
Ooh.
Should we automatically expect immediate success for J.J. McCarthy because of the Kevin O'Connell effect? Does Drake May have the supporting cast to make the Patriots a playoff team in year 2? Can the Giants resist Jackson Dart temptation all season? Ooh, that will be interesting. So, yeah. What are they asking Philly? How will the Eagles' annual coordinator change affect Jalen Hurts this time? Yeah, they've lost coordinators left and right.
What are they asking in Cleveland?
Oh, who wins the Battle of 4 will be my guess, but let's look. Cleveland. That's a C. It starts with a C. That means I got to. Can any of the Browns' 4 quarterbacks actually emerge as the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Anything's possible, but the minimal extent to which the Browns have invested in those resources leave them in a position to recover if the answer turns out to be no. Flacco's only guaranteed to make $3 million. Pickett only $2.5 million. Neither is Son beyond this year. Gabriel was a 3rd-round pick. Sanders was a 5th round. So, yeah, the Browns still owe Deshaun Watson $92 million over the next 2 years, but there's nothing they can do about it now. Picking up an extra 2026 first-round pick in their draft day deal with the Jags puts them in a position to move on from their entire quarterback room next year if they want to do so. They're going to want to do so.
Yeah, they're going to want to.
I think the Cleveland Browns are more likely to be 3-14 than 14-3.
And then there's one more. I like to hear what they're talking about in Tampa Bay.
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
That's where, How will the effect of Liam Cohen leaving would be what we like to see. That's the question. I hope it.
For sure.
Is Baker Mayfield underpaid? That's the question.
Ah, boo.
Come on.
Yeah, boo.
Come on. All right, last break. Make the turn for home next.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Jaguars football lives here.
Listen, we sticking together.
1010XL.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
What up, sports fans? Hickens here. I got a new play to call. Checkmate Coatings. Checkmate Coatings. I've scouted the best, and these guys are a true Jacksonville crew that gets it done right. Led by Brendan, their owner, an operator. Nobody better. Nobody knows coatings better than Brendan. By the way, he will take care of your garage floor, your patio, your pool deck, your driveway. They will coat, and he can talk coating. Call him. He'll talk to you. Their precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space. Easy to get a hold of. Go to checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmatecoatings.com. They're Checkmate Coatings. They're your floors missing piece. ...
Hey, John, have you seen the exciting 2025 lineup at Randy Marion Cadillac?
They've got the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique. It's a Cadillac lover's dream.
And the best part, over 100 new Cadillacs are in stock and ready for you to drive home today.
Plus, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and experience luxury and performance like never before.
Visit us today at Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on these incredible vehicles. Your new Cadillac awaits.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Is your roof ready for hurricane season? When storms hit, you need more than just a roof. You need trust. Valor Roofing Company is veteran-owned and operated, serving all of Florida with integrity and quality craftsmanship. From minor repairs to full replacements, they'll treat your home like it's their own. Estimates are always free, and veterans receive a special discount on all roofing services. Visit ValorRoofingCo.com and protect your home with people who care. GAF certified license CCC 1334864.
What's happening, folks? It's your main man, E.T. here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game, by the way. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and it's bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch? Every day, from lunch to late at night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. And stick around after the sun sets, where Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with some bourbon and some late-night bites. And tell them E.T. sent you.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to DreamFindersHomes.com for more details.
Start your Saturday with a whiff of the great outdoors.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Loggeman, and we bring you the fresh air of the great outdoors.
On the Nimnit Outdoors Show, presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Vitros here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Vitros Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Vitros Plumbing, here to help.
Feeling the Florida heat? Make sure your car's AC is ready with help from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Right now, get $50 off all AC services at any of their 5 Jacksonville locations. Whether it's a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert technicians will keep you cool and comfortable on the road. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service today and take advantage of this limited one-time offer. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Jacksonville, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and I need you to beat the heat this summer with cool escapes and non-stop fun in Clay County. Tackle indoor adventures head on. Throw axes at Live by Axe or smash your stress away at Just Smash That. Then kick back with drinks, good food, and fandom vibes at Nakama Anime Bar or Leaderboard Arcade and Bar. Whether you're blowing off steam or just looking to chill, Clay County got your perfect indoor getaway. Find your cool at exploreclay.com. That's exploreclay.com.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Oh, man, I'm cooling down from a hot hour with TC. That was a lot of fun. Enjoyed that very much. Appreciate him coming on. Jaguars wrapping up their mandatory mini camp today. And then school's out for the summer. Off they go. Getting things done. So, yeah, going forward, it will be 6 weeks of trying to stay in shape and getting ready and seeing what happens. From Adam Schneppner, is that his name, E?
I believe it's Schefter.
Okay. Adam Schechter says Cincinnati's unsigned first-round pick Shamar Stewart has left mandatory minicamp.
Oh,
Had
man.
been attending team activities, but without a signed contract and with the Bengals asking for certain clauses, no longer. So, gone.
Not a good way to start.
Not a good way to start, man. I don't understand. So, we'll see. We'll see. New York tabloids are chuckling at the Knicks right now. They're going to end up with Mike Brown. Maybe. We'll see. Who, by the way, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the sheriff has told me Mike Brown's one of his best friends. I think he grew up with Mike Brown, which would be great because that might give me an in for courtside tickets next to Spike.
That would be great.
Huh? What do you think? We'll put the sheriff to the test.
We'll see what kind of tickets he can get us.
See how good of friends he is.
Uh-huh.
What I need to do is to be courtside sheriff at a Knicks game, at a big game. It's me, Spike, and Chamelet. What do you think?
I like it. You're missing one.
Who else?
Me.
And E. Well,
Come
me and
on,
E.
man.
Yeah.
Package deal.
Yeah. Eagle Eye viewers of the Pat McAfee Show may have noticed Adam Schnipner's absence from the program in recent months. Not a coincidence. The Athletic says Schechter has been essentially banned since March when he failed to make an appearance at the former All-Pro punter's request. According to the report, the incident in question occurred during NFL's free agency deadline, McAfee wanting Schnipner to appear on his show. The NFL Insider was unable to as he was busy appearing on the free agency special that aired on ESPN2, and he's been banished from the McAfee Show ever since.
Oh, dear.
Oh, my goodness. However, producer co-host Ty Schmidt has maintained a presence on Schnepner's podcast, and they're just going with the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport instead of Schnepner. Well, it's not his fault if he is on a different ESPN show. Kind of sounds like sour grapes there, Pat. What the world?
How about Coach going on Pat and Barstools?
Yeah, did you like that?
I like that.
It's like, man, I'm seeing you everywhere. That was funny. Yeah. Yeah. You got to chuckle. You got a kick out of that stuff, man. You got a kick out of that stuff. It's Checkmate Coatings, gang. Checkmate Coatings. You sent it to the...
I did.
Yeah. Check out Checkmate Coatings. Good folks. Just reading some of these texts. I didn't hear, but did you happen to ask TC how we drafted Taven Bryan over LJ? No, I didn't. But the story goes that he actually liked LJ a lot, from what I heard. So, we shall see. E, we got your golf tournament 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that correct?
E to the Tea Time is 2 weeks from tomorrow. That is correct.
All right, so that'll be fun. We'll be out there. Where are we doing it this year, my man?
It's going to be out at Magnolia Point Golf and Country Club.
Yeah.
The event is completely sold out.
Okay.
Once again, I'd like to thank everybody who donated, who's participating, or who has that sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
It's all going towards my foundation, Nothing But a E-Thing Foundation.
Wonderful.
Where I help out the less fortunate. Socks are the least donated, but most requested item by the less fortunate. But I'm also looking to support high school students who's looking to continue their education.
Okay.
Whether it's college or trade school. You know, I'm trying to give a little straight cash homie.
Giving something back. Appreciate that,
just
E.
trying to do my
Look forward to being out there. U.S. Open continues at Oakmont. It's underway. J.J. Spawn is 4 under par through 9 holes. Gary Woodland, who is a U.S. Open champion, is 3 under through 5. Wyndham Clark, U.S. Open champion, 2 under through 6. Rory's 2 under through 7. Siwoo, 2 under through 6. And somebody named Mahler is 2 under through 4. I'm not familiar with him. DeChambeau's gotten it back to 1 under. He was 1 over. So keep an eye on him. X-Man goes back to even. Mickelson is even. Yeah. And a lot of golfers out and rolling. And if you're 7 over like Jay Hicks, you're wishing that you'd get a do-over, I guess.
Breakfast ball.
Yeah. You're in last place. You can't do breakfast balls on the tour, from what I know.
Oh, man.
I don't think. So, E, play us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael.
Good morning, Daniel.
Mike
How are
Dempsey is here. He's ready to roll.
Sort of.
Almost ready.
Semi-ready.
Who's the next coach?
Man, I don't know.
Not Billy Donovan.
When we get
not Quinn Snyder.
When we get turned down by, I hope they have some coach in mind, or at least some candidates in mind that are not currently employed with somebody else.
I hope so too.
But I do hear a lot of they should have known who the next guy was going to be. Well, you can't talk to these guys. You can't even request permission. You're not going to do that while Thibodeau's your coach. So they decided he wasn't going to be their guy. In the end, if it's Michael Malone or one of the, are we going to notice the difference?
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
Probably not.
I wonder, Hick,
Yes.
with the U.S. Open, they're going pretty low this morning, right?
Yeah.
So you see a guy like Hicks, you said like it's 7 over.
Yeah.
How bad he must be playing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out. You get that early Thursday.
Yeah.
And then it flips on Friday, right? And you never know. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw when you go out in these tournaments. And Dylan said Rory got to 4 under through 8. Oh, Spawn. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a misinformation.
Come on,
fed to
Dylan.
me
Let me handle
by
this.
Mr.
All right.
Denmark earlier. So,
Yeah. What do you got cooking today?
we got a bunch today. Got a lot of Anthony Campanile, a lot of defensive players that we heard from yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sensationalize it, but the quote of the day is Anton Harrison can go when he wants to.
I thought so too.
When he wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Liam Cohen's been pretty positive about stuff. Even like yesterday, as you talk about Bajal Tootin.
Right.
He was like, they're going to be, as you get to this level, some pass protection questions. And he framed it in a way like he's working at it. He's got work to do. But this was like, hey, man, we know you got it. Let's see it every single day.
Right.
Which that's concerning to me.
For sure.
Why are we not seeing that level of effort with a new coaching staff? You got a fresh slate. You want to impress right out of the gates.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying he won't start necessarily for this team, but I mean, that's not what I want to hear about Anton Harrison
I
or
think
any
that's a good
player.
I read the same thing into it when I watched. I wasn't there, but when I watched and heard Liam Cohen say that, it struck me like, oh, shot fired.
Yeah. We got off the air. We had brought a couple of Liam Cohen quotes from the presser on the air because we were just wrapping up. And so I got in the car and Helmets and Heels played that cut from him. And as soon as he said it, I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
All right. All the rest of it, I don't care what he said.
Yeah.
That was the point. By the way, love listening to you and Tom Coughlin this morning. Just love all the stories.
Oh, man.
I may have told you this before. My father-in-law played at a rival high school to Tom Coughlin. I don't think they overlapped. I think they missed each other by like a couple of years. And so my father-in-law, one year I was going to the J-Fun wine tasting gala. He says, bring up the fact that this school used to whip his school. And so I said, my father-in-law tells me. And Tom went from jovial to instant, like I was late for a meeting. Like, no, that is not the case. And now, I don't know if it was when Tom was there, his school, I don't know how that all worked out. But
it's kind of neat because we were talking a little bit about his hometown, Waterloo, New York, is where he's from. And my son is actually playing baseball up in Elmira, New York this summer. And that's the home of Ernie Davis.
Okay.
The Elmira Express.
Syracuse.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then we turned into Syracuse, and it was, again, it was, think about this, it was, and he was a part of it, obviously not to the extent, but Jim Brown, Ernie Davis, Floyd Little, Zonka, and Coughlin were all, followed each other in that backfield.
That's pretty crazy.
That was, and he was telling how he knew the Elmira coach was a Syracuse guy and blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, it was great. It's great stuff.
If you think Tom Coughlin is still not as competitive to this minute that he's, the switch that flipped.
He referenced today, I never heard this story. He got the obligatory letter from the league about Miles Jack.
Right. They apologize. I hadn't heard that. I was thinking the same thing as I'm listening to that. Did we know that the league apologized for blowing that call?
Damn. And then he said, his response was, do you know what that did to, what a win would have done for this
The value
city?
of that. It's just one more in a line of Patriots trips to the Super Bowl. And it wasn't a gift. It wasn't, hey, give us one. We earned it.
Yeah.
And it reopens the old wound, man. It really does.
It did. I was like, damn, man. So
because you go back to '99, the Titans, man, they had the Jags number. You know what I mean? That game, the Jags had the Patriots number.
We did.
They did, and they should have beaten them if the game is called properly.
Yeah,
but can't go back in time.
And but it was. I was like, dang. So anyway, it was fun.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
As you know, you could sit and listen to that man tell stories all day.
I love that. And you have such a good history with him. So it was fun to hear some of that stuff.
Well, have a great show.
I appreciate that.
Mike Dempsey getting ready to rock and roll. How many home runs does Judge have now?
25.
All right.
The one he hit the night, not last night, 2 nights ago, was unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, and I think 469 was conservative. Sometimes you see some of these, and you're like, I
think that
way
too.
past that.
The one I saw Ohtani hit one over in right field at Dodger Stadium, and it went over the whatever's in the back there. I was like, and they came back and said 429. I said, the hell it is.
Yeah, 429 doesn't say but they've had Willie Stargell, I think, hit one out of the stadium entirely, and I think that one was like 472 or something like that back in the day. I think he might have hit
Mickey still has the longest, right? Didn't
565 in Washington against the Senators back in the day. That's 565.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that possible?
They land in a train car and just they count that and they kept going.
Extra
I don't know.
78 feet there.
I don't know how that works, man.
All right, well, have a good one.
All right, Hick.
It's our friend Mike Dempsey getting ready for Jaguars today, ready to rock and roll. And our work is done. Time to swerve.
Been the corner. Whoa.
The Drill.
From the Divorce